Hello, Cole. How you doing?
Solar clips.
Tell the clips of your heart. Turn around, bright eyes. Yeah, that was one.
Big letdown. Big letdown. I thought it was going to go pitch black.
No, it would not. We had was it 90%? I think it was. But yeah,
I'll have to wait till the next one. I think
2081, mate. I'll be exactly 100 years old. So you never know. Maybe, just maybe.
Talking of 100. Talking of 100. This is show 80.
It is.
100 will be over the Christmas week.
It will be. What a festive joy that will be, Mr. Mark. What a festive joy.
I might even wear a party hat.
Absolutely. But now, how you doing, mate? You all good?
Yeah, not bad, not bad. Bit warm.
It is. Well, you know what? It's 30 degrees where I am at the moment. So, yeah, very warm. Very
warm. I'm about half a mile away from you, so it's about the same here.
Wait, it might be a degree cooler because, you live in the heights. So,
all right. I've got a fan on me down here.
Yeah. Down there.
I've got no socks on. I won't tell you what else I'm wearing.
That's the after hours show, Cole, but there we are.
That's the OnlyFans edition.
Indeed. But there we go. Anyway, look, I got a new book from some friends who sent this in to me. So there we go. Here's
Aidan Gray, the MK Don.
It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah, very nice.
Fan mail, Cole. Fan mail. I appreciated it. Thank you. But yeah, no, it's good to be back. I would say I was positive, but we'll talk about it. But the Norwich game was interesting, Cole.
Well, we both predicted we were going to... Oh, excuse me. We both predicted we were going to lose. Did we?
We did. We
both went 2-1.
But
it was the manner in which
we lost. It was in the manner in which we lost. Having said that, towards the end of the game, I had a really good chat over the railings with a few Norwich fans as well. So
really?
That was good. And I will say, looks like you've got a special guest from Norwich on the show because you've got the Seagull in front of you, who was one of the main characters during the game.
Sammy the Seagull is here live
tonight. Live and unplugged for some news. But no, we've got quite a packed show tonight, to be fair, because tonight, forget Norwich, forget round one of the game. It doesn't matter. It was only a bit of a test game anyway. It was frustrating, but to one side, because this weekend, Cole, the curtain raises on the season.
Starts proper.
That's what's important. So put it all to one side. Get yourselves G'd up. Get yourself plugged in because we're going to unplug all of the data from the system and give you the lowdown of what's coming. We've got some great stuff on the show tonight. So
what we got? Tell us what we got.
We have got. I mean, before we go any further, again, special thanks as always goes to the Casbar, our match day sponsor. Our Don's Unplugged sponsor.
We popped up there, didn't we? We popped up there last week, didn't we? And had a
new t-shirt.
Cheeky cheeseburger.
We did, and it was. Oh, do you know what? I missed it, Cole.
We delivered these t-shirts to Kaz and his staff, didn't we?
We did, absolutely. But yeah, it was. I didn't realise how much I'd missed Kaz until I had that burger, Cole. I'll be honest, but it was nice. It was good to see the guys.
It was
raw in trade, but as everyone, we'll talk a little bit more about it later on.
Yeah, it was a bit of a queue, wasn't
there? The big queue.
It was a bit of a queue.
Absolutely. But they are now going to be outside Gate 5 during match days. Now, just so everyone's clear on that and what it means to you, is you can still go and see them as normal, as you would have done outside Gate 7, up until 1. You'll be able to just come and go.
I thought it was 1:30.
1:30, sorry, 1:30.
Yeah.
After that, as long as you're going into the stadium or you're in Gate 5, you can walk around. He'll be on the outside enclosure. But the good news is that Kaz will be open at halftime, during the game, and at the end of the game as well. So not only do you get your Kaz before the game, you can get it any time during the game or top yourself up.
So if we can make that clear, if you go before 1:30, you'll get served outside the ground. After that, you can only get served inside the ground. Is that right?
Yeah. So, I mean, again, you can still go in through Gate 5. There won't be an issue with that. Or you can go into your normal gate, whatever, and walk around. Whatever you want to do. Yeah. But Kaz will be there the entire duration of the game and afterwards. And yeah, he's over the moon. So again, it was really good that the club contacted him, gave him options. So we won't go through all of that.
Yeah, they said, "What do you want?" Didn't they? Which is nice.
But they value him highly. And again, I think it's great because not only does it mean that Kaz gets more presence, we get more exposure to Kaz, especially at half time. I do enjoy a Kaz burger rather than other things, but. There we go. Everyone's got their preferences. I love a Kaz burger. He's excited. We're excited. And there'll be a bigger truck as well. So there we go.
Yeah, that's coming about Christmas, isn't he? He's getting a bigger
It
truck.
is. It is. But yes, there's lots of things going on. But yeah, make sure if you want your Cavs burger, it's gate 5, not gate 7, for the first home game against Huddersfield. If not, you can go and see him down the industrial estate before. Then he'll always be happy to see you.
Like we did.
Well, we do indeed. But yeah,
Cheeky
he's
burger.
looking forward to it. And again, really pleased that the club have managed to work with Cavs to make this work in his favour, and again for the fans ultimately as well. Really, really good to see.
He's got a cheeseburger in his mouth, look.
He probably would do as well. Yeah. So there's some other news, Cole.
Yeah.
You will know, and some others will know. I was busy beavering away. I promised you at the close of last season that we would have merchandise. I promised you that you'd be able to get that merchandise with us online. I also promised you that it would be available at any time, and we would grow that range, Cole. We would grow that range. So, without further ado, I can now do something like this. There you go. Don's Unplugged fan shop is officially open. If you've got your phone, you can scan the QR code. It will take you through. Now, look, I will clarify. Colin and I are not doing this for any profit whatsoever. So, literally, how this works is we've put the designs in. Yeah, absolutely. I think we get £1, Colin. I think we get £1 or something like that. But we've done it at the minimum pricing. The reason being, we want to give you fans, you guys asked for it. We're not here to make money. All we want to do is help, obviously, keep this show going. So if we sell 300 tops, Colt, we might cover next year's subscription. With £1 or whatever it is. But we've kept it low. Like I say, we will add to the ranges. There are a few ranges there. There's some women's tops that we've started. I've got a few more templates that will be due out later tonight. So that range will be expanding.
Mugs.
There's mugs, there are men's shirts, there are going to be bags, there are going to be water bottles, you name it, we've got it nailed. And we'll be going to do exclusive ranges as well. So if you guys want something, get in there. We'll be changing.
And none of them will be purple.
Well, you don't know. You don't know. So I could share with you what that looks like, but we'll let people have a look at as I say, we'll leave that up for a minute, have a scan through. But like I say, you go in there. There's mugs, there's men's and there's women's t-shirts. It's only started yesterday, so bear with us. So we get more of the ranges going live. There's a lot plumbed in for later tonight, so you'll see a few more drop in.
The shop at the city centre.
Well, why not, right? I'm sure we can afford it. Hold on, maybe we can't. But yeah, it's a bit of fun. As I say, we've got a range of things on there. And so hopefully you guys will enjoy seeing it. And like I say, lots more to come. And it gives us the ability to give you the ability to get that delivered yourself. You can choose what postage you want, whether that's standard, first class, next day. You go for what you want. Lots of different sizes, lots of different colors. As I say, the stocks will fluctuate. So if you can't find your size on a certain color, they will what do you call it? Not reimburse, called restock. That's the word. Restock. But at the moment, as I say, what you see on there, first come, first serve. And I will say a massive thank you to our first customer who has already purchased not one, but 2 t-shirts from us. Mr. Don Doyle of the Irish Dons. Thank you very much, good sir. We appreciate it. And I hope you're as excited to get your orders as we were to build them up. Colin and I will have hopefully some bits and pieces to share with you live on the show next week, as we've ordered some bits as well.
Can we do a Liam Latham and like that?
We can do whatever you like. We can do whatever you like. Like I say, it's Don's Unplugged specific. We hope you have a bit of fun with it. But yeah, absolutely. As I say, and also, Cole, what we can do is if we click our fingers again, we can actually highlight a specific item. You can scan it and see that specific item. It can take you in and out of the thing. We can do it again. And you've got it there, and you've got the t-shirt, one of the t-shirts anyway. It's madness. It's mad. And then click again. I'll put it back to the shop so people have got it. But there we go. So like, hey, look, we said we'd do it. We've delivered it.
The technology on here is unbelievable, isn't it?
It is, right? It's a bit of fun. We spent an awful lot of time getting it together. But as I said, the site's now up. There'll be more coming, more drop in. Some women's ranges, a few more men's things, bags, etc. You name it, it's all coming. So just keep an eye out, guys, and hope you enjoy. Right, so that was our shop. What's on tonight's show? On tonight's show, we have the new away strip opinions. So hopefully you've all seen the new
third kit that came out tonight.
Yeah, the third kit, home kit that was there that got dropped. What I mean, her third kit. Yeah, that's the one. Match reaction from.
Sorry, hang on a minute. What did you just say?
Didn't say anything, Cole. Didn't say.
Are you suggesting that purple kit should have been the first kit?
I couldn't possibly comment, Cole. Have you
Allegedly.
noticed? Yeah, allegedly. Have you noticed that the white kit shorts don't quite match the white kit top? Seems like a bit of a change
I
of
haven't
heart.
bought the shorts. I've only got the shirt.
I'm teasing. But yeah, it's a lovely top.
I'm
Look there.
also look.
I can see.
The
It's
Admiral.
very nice.
The Admiral.
It is the Admiral. I was there when you got it printed live.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, no, I just say, look, credit to Liam and the shop guys. Again, there's some great ranges in the shop. Please get yourself down there, have a look. He's really raised the bar, I think, this season. So Liam, look, thank you for all the stock and merchandise that you're putting into the shop for the fans. The new kits are great. I think the quality is great. I've got obviously the marble top on today, but the fits are a lot better, as he promised as well for the shop. So yeah, the Reebok ranges, there's premium ranges, there's bags, there's everything, you name it. The club have covered it off from a Don's perspective. So yeah, get yourself down to have a look into that. And again, I appreciate Liam's hard work and the team's hard work getting stuff out. So tomorrow, hopefully, we'll be able to get the purple shirt if you want to get down there.
There's new stuff coming through just about every week.
Absolutely.
So if you think you've seen it all, get in there.
Well,
first home game or whenever, and there's a load of new stuff.
Exactly mate.
Which I learned to my
your credit card balance, the same as mine or whatever. Yeah, exactly right. It's all good fun. It's all good fun.
Yeah.
But
okay.
yeah, no, looking forward to talking a little bit more about the shirt tonight. We've got, obviously, as I mentioned, the match reaction against Norwich City with Luke and some build up for the Oxford game. New signings. We're going to talk a bit more about that and the slow start. A lot of noise after the Norwich game as well around some of those players you'd like to see. Some of those you think were short in certain areas. Rumours that maybe we can share on the show that we may or may not know about. We've also got to talk about Tenai Watson, if you remember that name from our almost so nearly League One campaign, who is out of contract. We talk about players. Question we want to ask you is: would you have him back, or would you prefer someone like Sammy the Seagull?
Sammy the Seagull.
Oh, bless you. We're going to talk season predictions as well. So, again, first game of the season, bit of fun. We want to know
where do you think
where
we're
going to end up. Also, we've got a bit of fun as well with the predictions versus Oxford, because there is a prize. Cole, we're back to giving out prizes as always with these things.
What?
We've got a prize. Yeah, I'll talk to you about that in a sec. But yeah, there's the team talk with Ryan and Callum as always. Really appreciate Ryan and Callum. Thank you so much. And again, another great one, by the way. View from the other side live. Where would we be without our fan from the away end or from the away team?
Or the home
we've
team.
Got back, and we did speak to, what was that called?
We're the away team. Or
well,
the home team. We're the away team.
Whoever, whatever, there we go. The away team, the opposition. There you go. But we did have him on last season for a cup game. We're really pleased to have him back. But George Ellett is joining us.
George
from the looking forward to it. NTT20 podcast co-host. Really knowledgeable guy about all things Oxford. So, yeah, really looking forward to having George back with us shortly to talk all things build up to Oxford for the weekends. And lots more in between, no doubt, Cole. Lots more in between.
As it comes up throughout the show.
As we always do. But that leaves us only with the main start. The main thing that happens every week is a good old roll call, Cole.
Oh, I like a good roll call.
So, roll call of the day. And a welcome and hello to everyone. So, before I do that, I will say another shout out to our very special super fan, Sean, as well. Sean is watching with Mick over in Kilkenny as we speak. He loves the show. He's very excited. I'm sure he's seen Sammy the Seagull.
Sean.
But hiya, Sean. Hope you're doing well, buddy. And so hope you're doing well, Mick, and the family as well. Thanks for watching. And again, thanks to the Irish Dons for always watching. We appreciate your support, guys. Really, really means a great deal to us, as does everyone. So thank you. But we wanted to say hi to you, Sean.
Watching around the world.
Live. Exactly right. Anyway, first comment was from good evening, you Dons people from Sheila. Sheila, good evening.
Sheila, I've got to tell you, I was having a bit of a tidy up in my office, the boot room.
Go on.
And I found no Sheila, no show. Or no show, no Sheila. But I'm going to do another sign for you, Sheila, but not this week. I was a bit busy.
Time, Sheila.
But yeah. Yeah, no show, no Sheila, or no Sheila, no show.
No Sheila, is that the one? It's one of those, isn't it? Anyway,
no Sheila, no show. Can we make a t-shirt? No Sheila, no show.
Colin, we can do whatever we like with the t-shirts. If you want a t-shirt design, let us know. If we can get away with it.
Karen.
We will do. Evening to Karen. Karen, good evening. We had
actually Karen sent us a photograph.
She did. Now I'm going to share my screen, Cole. because it's the only way I could get it on the screen. I couldn't put it onto the actual show for everyone to see. So Karen had a picture when she was gliding above Stadium MK. So let's share that. Let me know when you guys can see it. And again, thank you, Karen, for sending this in. We appreciate it. There we go.
There it is. Karen sent us that.
Yep, in a glider. I'll try and zoom in a little bit, but you can see there she has got the Theatre of Dreams right there. Stadium MK. Can you believe it, guys? Look at that. Crack him.
Not a total eclipse in sight.
No total eclipse at all. Maybe, yeah, exactly that. But no, look, Karen, thank you.
Thanks for that,
we
Karen.
Appreciate that. Really appreciate it. I tell you what, you're braver than me. I couldn't be in a glider that high. I think I'd cry.
I'd love to go in a glider. I'd love to.
Karen, weirdly, a plane.
Take me in a glider.
There you go. Right, we'll get you a GoPro and you can do it. I've done biplanes, so I've got a flight in a biplane due in a few weeks, and I love that. But I need an engine in front of me. I get quite nervous when it's a glider. But there we go. But Karen, great photo. Really appreciate it. Thanks very much. Don's Hammond joined and said, "Woohoo, woohoo indeed." Welcome back, and again, appreciate you watching as always, Hamid. Evening legends from Stephen. Stephen, thank you. Good evening to yourself. Good sir. Hope you're well. I think Colin and I are struggling a little bit with the voice tonight, so forgive us if we're a bit croaky. Jamie said, "Good evening, Don. The third kit has been released, and to no surprise, it is purple. The worst kept.
We've never mentioned it, have we? Worst
never
kept
mentioned
secret
it.
At MK.
Nothing's ever dropped on Twitter or X quickly in purple and disappeared, has it, in the last few weeks?
No.
That was quite funny, to be honest. But yeah, I say we'll talk a bit more about the kit. I actually like it. I did say the gold for me is what does it for me. But there we go. John has joined us. John says, "Evening, gents. Horrible to see two clubs I hate playing in Croke Park." Well, indeed, there is some big teams on tour in Dublin at the moment, and yeah, unfortunately, we couldn't do it. I would love to see us back over in Ireland somewhere playing Bowes or someone. Would be good for a friendly, wouldn't it? If the club are watching next season, it'd be great to have something over in Ireland for again. It's been a while. Thanks anyway, Don. Appreciate you watching. Carrie Ann says, "Evening. Hope you're all well." Hi, Carrie Ann. Hope you're well too. Thanks for watching as always. Matt says, "Evening, chaps. Hope you're well. An evening that consists of a solar eclipse, a third kit launch, and Don's Unplugged is quite something." Well, I think, do you know what? It'll probably be, I'm going to say, our next generation of hosts in 2081 doing Don's Unplugged that may do a solar eclipse, a kit launch, and Don's Unplugged all at the same time. Who knows? Could be Toby, forever. Could be his kids. Who knows? Someone will be doing it, that's for sure. But yeah, quite the evening. Hope you guys enjoyed it if you're watching the eclipse as well. We've also got Grant. Grant says, "Evening, Donnies and Donettes." Good evening, Grant. I can mute you, Cole. I can mute you. Evening, Grant. Hope you're well, and look forward to catching up with you. What's that?
You can mute me.
I'm not going to. Yeah, I can mute you. Not that
Come on, Grant. We want to know what happened.
He wants to know. Grant will contact you offline and will regale anyone outside Gate 7.
Well, unless he wants to tell us online.
The main thing is, Grant, that you're safe, you're well, you're back home. And also the fact that you went to Wales on the weekend to watch a game and you enjoyed it. I'll say no more. But good stuff. Look, great to have you on the show. Hope you're well. It's their MK Chris Botwood of Botwood Hall. He said, "Good evening. Would the new purple kit look if Cadbury's was a sponsor? Yeah, what would it look like?"
We said that last week, didn't we? You remember?
We did. Although for me, it has to be fruit and nut. You get your choice of chocolate on the front. I go fruit and nut, to be quite honest.
I mean, we've dropped enough hints it was going to be purple.
I don't know if we did. Did we? It was only several hundred.
Pretty sure we did.
It's all good, right? It's all good.
Yeah.
Ollie's joined us. He says, "Good evening, legends. Wednesday evening is the best. Hope you boys living in dream. And here's to the start of a back-to-back promotion parties." Ollie, I hope we do.
Be good.
I've said it.
Good, Ol.
We're talking of predictions. I'll let everyone pull me apart at the end of the season for saying this, but I think we're going to go straight back up. I'll leave it there. And get to where we should have got to under Liam Manning, that's for sure. I like that purple, Karen says. Yeah, I do, Karen. It's a really nice shirt.
The colour purple.
Yeah, it's a good colour. Could have been, this is from Jamie, because I didn't have those glasses, but did anyone else think
yes.
underwhelming?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it was interesting. It was 90%, wasn't it? So it was always going to be a bit bright. But yeah, I mean, So I did the box. I don't know if you did that box where you could hold it and you could see what was happening, because if you look into it, you can't really see much.
That reminds me,
Yeah,
I've
it was
got to
pretty
sweep all the cornflakes off the kitchen floor.
Yeah, exactly right. That's the one. But no, little under one. But again, still pretty cool, right? I really enjoyed it. Harry's joined us. Evening, legends. Evening to your good self, Harry. Hope you are well. Thank you for watching as always, my friend. Chris has said, "Evening, guys. Imagine if Cadbury were the shirt sponsor. That purple shirt would look amazing." So I know he's already said that.
Twice he said
he'd rewritten it. He'd rewritten it. So that's all good.
Okay.
But no, I agree with you. It would be pretty cool. It would be pretty cool. I can't see it happening, sadly, Chris. But hey, what do we know? Stranger things happened, right? Matt's joined us. Matt says, "Evening, gents. Watching from a field outside of Cromer. Loving the third shirt. See you all on Saturday at Oxford. Come on, you dons."
Cromer, just down the coast from me.
From Colin's secret location.
Oh, my secret location in Norfolk.
In Norfolk. But yeah, hope you enjoyed yourself, Matt, and hope you're having a nice time. And yeah, definitely look forward to seeing you on Saturday. I'll be there. Come and say hi. Always good to chat to you guys when you're out and about as well. So thanks for that, Matt. We have got Ash. It said, "Evening, legend and Colin. The grammar, please. You got a new name. Love the new purple kit. Best out free." Don't listen to him, Ash.
The grammar, please.
I appreciate it.
I don't know why you think that. I've never pulled anybody up on grammar.
Well, who knows? Team talk.
Spelling, yes. Grammar, no.
Who knows? But there we go.
Anyway,
thank you, Ash. Hope you're well. Good stuff. And Danny, see, I told you it purple. Says, "Evening, legends and Colin. Just enjoying the start of this year's eclipse at Plough Lane. That should last until May, forever in our shadow." Very good. And also, thank you for the picture, Danny.
Very witty, Danny. Very witty.
He did a great AI picture. If you ever got a chance, go on the forums after the show, you better see it. It was quite funny, and appreciate your humour as well. Nice to have you with us, Danny. So thanks for joining. Lewis has joined us. Franchise Lewis says, "I thought I missed the episode then. Few, you did not miss it. We were under the moon. We got eclipse for a short time. We're back." So there we go. But no, looking forward.
This is hard work, this show, isn't it?
I know, right? It's all good. It's all good. Ryan's joined us. One of the two of the team talk to. He says, "Hi guys, hope you're well." And he said, "Great to see you Saturday." And great to see you too, Ryan. I appreciate it. It was a good time to catch up with people. Not so good on the pitch. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a while. Danny says, "Has Butler had a haircut or not? Text me."
I have had a haircut this morning.
There we go. Breaking news. There we go. Fantastic. Jamie says, "Must say I'm a fan of the merch."
Mr. Butler or Sir?
Sir Butler. There we are. So yeah, again, Jamie said, must say I'm a fan of the merch, but I'd really like if there was a plain black hoodie. Jamie, they are coming. The main thing was it's quite warm. I had to get the priorities in. So the t-shirts went in first. They've been done and dropped. There are hoodies due probably by Friday, so either tomorrow or Friday. Keep a look on the site. There's going to be a lot more coming.
Yeah,
with some new
hoodies are coming,
logos and stuff as well. So yeah, hoodies, sweatshirts, you name it, we've got it coming. So keep an eye out, as I say, and hopefully you see that next 24, 48 hours. But yeah, definitely coming, and great shout. Thanks for that.
Don's loyalty.
Colin says, "Did the Don's loyalty points carry on from the season, every season, or a fresh start?" Just asking.
We don't know, do we? Do we know?
I asked the same question, Colin. I was told that they accumulate, and I think there will be a cut-off, but I don't think it's like the next season. I think it's after maybe 3 or something.
Right. Okay.
But they should carry over. I mean, again, when you pop in the shop, they should be able to give you clarity. But the idea was for that to accumulate, and you can utilize it as you wish. But yeah, to be confirmed. But that was the last I'd heard from sources in the
bomber.
Mr. Arthur Harris, Bomber Harris. Good evening to yourself, good sir. Chocks away. Let's bomber our way up the league, up and away. So yeah, good stuff, Arthur.
Good evening, Mr. Harris.
Great to have you on, Arthur. Hope you're well. Hope your good ladies well as well, my friend.
Yeah.
Danny has said, "I believe you'll find the seagull was called Stephen."
Stephen Seagal.
Stephen Seagal.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, I say unfortunately his contract broke down. But there we go. There we go. Check our new Don's on front page. See, look, we can even do stuff like that, Cole. It's all good, right? We can even put our own messages up. Evening, chaps, from Gary. Gary, good evening to yourself, good sir. Hope you're well. Been a little while. Nice to see you on the weekend as well at Norwich, mate. Hope you're keeping well. Matt says, "Yay! I don't have to walk around half the stadium to get a Kaz anymore. Since Gate 5 is at the end where I always arrive at the stadium from." So yeah, let's say for Matt, it's fine.
I'm a bit mixed on that because I like to have a little walk around the shop.
Yep, it's going to
And
keep
I've
us
got
fit,
to walk
isn't it?
all the way around to Gate 5 to get me cheeseburger.
So we start at Gate 7 and then we go round. That's what we'll have to do to keep us fit, Cole. It will keep us fit. Yep, and Don said, as he mentioned, that he's ordered 2, and again, we appreciate it. So thank you so much, Don. Also, we have Evening Gentleman from Mr. Mick Dore on the Emerald Isle. So not 1, but 2 of our Irish compatriots have joined us for tonight's show. We appreciate
Evening,
you both.
Mickey.
Yeah, hope you're doing well, Mick, and I hope the family's well as well. Good, sir. And Karen.
And
breaking news, I've just bought a t-shirt.
Woo!
Karen, thank you. Love to know which one. And when you get these through, let us know what you think of the quality. If there's anything there, we'll feed it back to the website. But hopefully, I'm looking forward to getting mine as well. But yeah, it should be good. And then you can always send us pictures if you want of you donning your new Don's Unplugged t-shirts as well. But we appreciate it. Karen, thank you. Danny says, will there be a Colin Butler Budgie Smugglers? There could be. There could be at Christmas. It could be a Christmas edition.
I can't believe you keep putting this on the screen.
You've got to. It's. I will say, Danny, if you can think of it, we can make it. I'll leave it there. If you want a pair, let me know a size, and I'm sure we can get some dedicated just yourself. Signed, no less, by Mr. Colin Butler.
Yeah, I'll sign them if you like. You buy them, I'll sign them.
There we go. Jamie says, well, that's my breakfast and lunch sorted on match days. Quite the same, Jamie. Quite the same. So I'm looking forward to it myself as well. I say Kaz is really happy. That's the main thing as well. And we really appreciate what the club have done for him, quite rightly. Lou, good evening. He said the purple kit should have been white and be the home kit. Would have looked much better than the toilet paper kit.
It does look a bit. It does look a bit like, what's that?
Cushell or whatever it is, or other brands are available. What's that brand
of toilet paper it's got embossed puppies on it?
The Andrex.
Andrex. Yeah. But I get where Lou's coming from on that.
Yeah, other brands are available.
I do like it. I do like it. I'm a bit.
You're on the fence.
No, I was going to talk about the purple kit, but I don't know how much I can say.
Say whatever you want to say.
Well, was it going to be? Was it supposed to be the first kit?
Well, look, rumours to be abound. Rumours are rumours. Obviously, we're going to go by what we've been told, but we were told that the purple kit was going to be the home kit. But I think there was a concern there'd be quite a backlash. Thinking of something like Cardiff, we had the red kit for the blue kit and all the hoo-ha that went on. So I think that's probably why. That said, it does not take away from the fact it's a very nice shirt. And also, again, for those people that loved the pink shirt last season, I wasn't the biggest of fans of the pink shirt personally. But I know Ollie and others were. But
it wasn't bright enough pink. It should have been a real electric pink.
Same.
Let me put a scenario to you.
Go for it.
How about the club being a little bit brave next year and putting half a dozen concept kits online and getting people to vote for them? And listen to the fact. I remember years and years ago, Southampton done it.
It was the third kit. It was like the first 2 kits that dealt with it, and the third kit is like let the fans have their say.
Yeah, but I think there ought to be. Let's not mess around here. If we had a blue kit with yellow trim, it would sell off the scale. And I just think they are a bit of courage and go for something like that.
No, I'm with you on that. It'd be great to do it. We have done it before, but it was a while back, Cole. It was a while back.
28 hours away.
5 buses, 6 trains to lose 4-1. He did have dedication to get to that game. That's for sure. And yeah, I feel sorry for you and all of us, mate, to be fair. But as I say, we'll come on to that in a little while and talk a bit more about it. Jamie says the wallet is already thin, but I'm going to have to go thinner with the away shirt. Yeah, I'm with you on that, Jamie. It's I like it. I know some people don't like it.
Is it a real collar or is it?
I think it is. I think it is. I mean, again, we'll find out tomorrow.
We're going down tomorrow, aren't we? We're going down tomorrow. You know,
if anyone's down there, we'll be down there.
We like a bit of merch on this show, don't we? Like a bit of merch.
I don't know what you're talking about.
We like a bit of merch.
We do. And,
merch.
Get yourself down to
merch.
Merch, indeed. It's your favourite word, isn't it?
You know who you are.
Indeed. Indeed. Ash says, I wasn't impressed with Good, as felt he was at fault for at least 2 of those goals. Yeah, I did, Ash. I mean,
Read
again,
my preview on Friday.
yeah, absolutely.
Ash.
But it was interesting. I mean, again, it was the first game against a championship, so we'll come on to it. But I think, yeah, let's see what happens Saturday, Ash. I'd be interested to see if there's any changes afoot in defence, and we'll talk about Pato's positioning as well. But that was another thing we'll come on to. Matt said, I definitely get something from your shop when I get some more money, but tight right now. Matt, the beauty of this being online is you can buy anything whenever you want at any time. There is no pressure. Those shirts will be up for a little while, and then obviously we'll refresh the actual shirts in terms of what's on them, probably every couple of months, just so to keep.
Is there a
the stock
discount
fresh.
code?
There is not at the moment, Cole. There is not. Having said that, we've set the shirts and everything at the lowest possible price we can, to keep it as cheap as we possibly can.
It's got to come from China, isn't it? I mean, it's a long way.
Well, it's not China, no. It's I think it's UK based, but yeah, as I say, we've you can set prices on these things, and we set it at the lowest price, so it's like I couldn't slide it down any further. We want to keep it cheap because we appreciate it's tough out there for everyone. So we're trying to bring some joy and try and keep your wallet intact as possible. To be fair, so you've got money to go to the club shop and buy your purple shirt tomorrow. Good stuff, Matt. Anyway, thank you for that. Pete says, "Hi guys, wish we could sign Max Dean." Well,
100%. 100%.
Who knows what's going on at Stadium MK? Who knows? Funny story I heard, Cole, that the Bolton deal might be falling through because someone else is interested.
Well, I heard that as well. Hopefully it's us.
Indeed. Jamie
right, okay, who's this?
We need a new keeper. This is a big topic, Jamie. On if they start on the pitch or on the bench. I'd say we get Sammy the Seagull between the sticks, but portions of chips in goal. Do you know what, Jamie? That is probably the most sensible comment I've heard tonight in terms of the goalie. That said, no, you're quite right. Look, I think a lot of us are concerned about that. Is that no disrespect to Seb? I think Seb's a great up and coming keeper, but he needs to go out on loan, probably National League. See
People are going to be watching this, going, "Who the hell is Sammy the Seagull?"
If you didn't go to Norwich, you're never going to know. You're never going to know. But I'm with Jamie on this. Look, I think I'm surprised to see Connor go to Sheffield. I mean, appreciate if he wants first team football, you can't stand in his way. But I don't think he's going to get first team football at Sheffield Wednesday. Personally,
who's that? Who are we talking about?
Connor Truman, moving to Sheffield Wednesday.
Okay.
So, I mean, again, I can't see their money being better than what we would have put on the table. I don't know. I'm just theorising here because given the fact they're financial.
I mean, Warney said he hopes there's going to be a couple of players come in before Saturday, didn't he?
He did. And I will say, and I'm not going to mention too much about it, but I know that there's been a number of goalies that we've approached. 2 of them are on the free transfer market.
Nobody's approached me.
Well, I know. Well, there's the free transfer market, Cole, and then there's the bringing people out of retirement zone as well.
I mean, 68. I mean, I'll sit on the bench for the money they pay.
Yeah, I mean, look, the 2 obvious ones in the free transfer market right now is Cameron Dawson and Harry Isted. I don't know what everyone thinks. Put your comments out there. Would you take one of those as cover this season? I think both of them would be a reasonable shout for a backup keeper. But there again, we'll come on to the Norwich game. And what did you think of Craig's performance there as well? Had a few red flags, and again, it wasn't all down to him.
I don't think he could have done.
There's not much he could have done about it.
Being a former keeper.
Were you a former keeper? I like that. No criticism as such, but I'd just love to hear people's thoughts on what they thought of his performance.
I don't think he could do much about that. We were awful at the back. Awful.
Dreadful. All at sea.
Awful.
Yeah, all at sea.
Well, Nelson was all at sea. Good was bad.
Boom, right. And captain as well, no less. And captain. So there we go. Josh says, evening all, thought I was late to the party, trying not to blind myself watching the eclipse. Yeah, do you know what? That advice on TV of not looking at it, I was a little bit the same, I must confess, trying to look at it. But
I didn't think it worked. I don't think
although
it worked.
if we play a back 4 on Saturday, I may wish I was. Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. Go on, Cole, go for it.
Can I put it into perspective? Last season, Norwich were the form team in the championship, weren't they? They went from second bottom to ninth. They went from second bottom to ninth. That just shows you the gap between the championship and League One. It is massive. And if we are going to go up, the money that needed to even maintain our championship status, it's going to be a massive amount of money is needed.
Oh, it will do.
Massive.
It will do. And like I said, we're going to touch on that a little bit more after we've gone through the comments, definitely. But yeah, the golfing class was apparent. I don't think it's as bad as what people think. The interesting test will be not say Oxford on Saturday, because they are from the champ. They've just come down, and how we compete against the likes of those will be interesting for me, because I don't think it will necessarily be the easiest game. But again, we'll come on to that. Alan, again, another of our Irish compatriots, has joined us. He says Guinness looks tasty, Aidan. Get the Murphys out. If I do that, Alan, I think I think Don may drop from watching the show and never speak to me again. But yeah, it's a nice tipple, mate. It's a nice tipple. Well, they're not as good as when you're in Ireland, I have to say. There is something not quite right.
I'm a Caffrey's man myself. I like Caffrey's.
Yeah, Caffrey's is good. It's been a while since I've got one, Cole, to be fair. Russ has joined us, the other half of the Fortune household. Says, good evening, guys. You better get that card for there we go. Hold on, he's done it in two pieces there. Better get that card for ready, Colin. There we go. You've been told, Cole. You've been told. It's all good. Sheila says, well, I'm here this evening so we can have a show. There we go. Absolutely.
No Sheila, lovely. No show, but Sheila is here. Evening, gents.
Absolutely. And say now we're at gate 5 with the Casbah. Hopefully we get to see Sheila and Russ when they're popping around. Evening to your good self. Thank you so much for joining. Appreciate it as always. Grant says back in 10 walking the top. Thanks for that, Grant.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, we'll wait, shall we?
You can take it on your phone as well. If you've got signal, you can watch us live as you're going for your walk. Bless you. Karen says, not me, but the husband, and I'm sure he could arrange a flight for you. There you go. Colin, the challenge, the gauntlet has been laid.
Do we get a parachute, Karen?
I'll get you a GoPro. That's for sure. We'll give you a whip round for a GoPro and watch it live. Karen, it's definitely on the gauntlet. You've being
called my bluff, Karen.
Karen, if you were around at the Huddersfield game or the Leicester game at home, come and see us at the Casbah and
I won't be here. I won't be there.
Oh, really? No, we'll get it sorted out. We need to get that done.
I will.
If you do that, I will GoPro my biplane flight in my.
Will I have to declare it to Parliament?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's just money for security, wasn't it, Cole? Bless you. There we go. Harry says, okay to be sponsored by Cadbury, but I had a whisper and might flake on the pitch. Harry, I appreciate the humour. That's well done. I like that.
Good, Harry.
Yeah, although if you flake on the pitch and fell over and some chocolate hit you, it might be a careless whisper that someone's thrown at you. There we are. Equally terrible. I apologise, but no, good stuff, Harry. Appreciate the humour. Like it. Mr. John Harry says, evening, guys. Third kit, fixture change, solar eclipse. We signed Sammy the Seagull yet? I believe, John, we're in talks. And if you want to listen to, as already mentioned on here, maybe our next goalkeeping choice.
He's there, John. He's there. All the way from Norwich. You flew in all the way from Norwich.
Just come in and interview, right? Absolutely. Absolutely good stuff. Appreciate it. Josh, evening to yourself. Josh, hope you're well. He says, forgot to mention on away days, kit launch. I saw you both in the store, but my stupid awkwardness would not allow me to bother you and say hi. Then it ended up being packed next to you guys parked next to you guys as well. No, Josh, not at all. Don't be silly. Not a problem at all. But look, honestly, look, we're just two regular guys. Come and say hi anytime, mate. You're more than welcome. We'd love to have a chat. We always do. And yeah, no, hope you enjoyed the new shirt. It's a shame we couldn't catch up with you. But hey, look, we always say hi. Always happy to have a chat anytime you like, good sir. But I'm glad that you're in the shop. I'm glad you got your away day kit launch, hopefully, and a few more other bits as well.
Next time you see us, Josh, come and say hello.
Absolutely. We're always at the Casbah most of the time. Loitering or in the shop loitering. Or tomorrow we'll be there again for the purple kit.
We're down the shop in the morning.
Indeed. If you're there, come and say hi. Always welcome, my friend. Always welcome. But again, appreciate you watching the show as always, Josh. So thank you.
Any news on a bar?
News on a bar? Because the Red Dot bar's closed down. There is talk, Don. I don't want to say too much because it's still in discussion, but there is talk that the arena may be utilised for post and pre-match day stuff, but to be confirmed by the club. I don't
want to
say too much. Yeah, hopefully. So again, if what I've heard is true, granted it's not the Red Dot bar, but at the same time, it would be good. It just depends if there's an event on that weekend, how they're going to work
it. We will see.
Again, watch that space. but the Guinness will be in there. Don, don't worry. There's no Murphys. You're going to be fine. Chris, evening, lads. Chris and Jackie watching again. Positive vibes for the season. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Jackie. Hope you're both well. And as always, from us, thank you for watching.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us.
Absolutely. Kane has joined us. Good evening. Everything Dons. There you go. Absolutely. I hope you're well. Karen said the Lilac Ladies one is the one she bought. I'm glad you like that. I tried to find one, knowing what the shirt was going to be, that would be ever so similar to sort of this season's colours. There's a few red bits that are going to be coming out, and a few white t-shirts as well, Karen, that I'm going to be putting out for the ladies a bit later on this evening. Unfortunately, I was beavering away until I think it was 2 o'clock in the morning yesterday, trying to get it up and running, and I had to give up and go to sleep. But there's a lot more merch to come, particularly for the ladies, so that you are not shortchanged in terms of the designs. That's for sure. Arthur said just ordered a Cowshed t-shirt. Thank you, Arthur. We appreciate it, good sir. I hope you enjoy it.
We got a Cowshed t-shirt.
We've got all sorts, Cole. I'll show you after the show. I'll remind you.
I hope you will. I haven't seen that. A Cowshed t-shirt.
We have a Cowshed t-shirt. We have quite a few
Hey,
t-shirts. We've got some oversized
mate.
t-shirts. If you like your basketball-looking ones, they're online later this evening as well, with a new design. So watch this space. Evening, lads. Evening, Glyn. Great to see you at the Norwich game, and say lovely to see that you're on the mend, my friend. Although it looked a bit nasty on the old operation where he showed me where I had it done, Cole. But he's on the up. He's on the up. Danny said, I heard Hearts United objected to having the purple kit. Indeed. But Hearts have never made it look just as good as we will. And the problem is, and for a lot of people, Danny, is there's a lot of people out there who like our kits but hate the fact that it's us, but we'll still end up buying it. That in itself makes me smile. That's for sure. But yeah, Hearts United and crikey, I don't know if anyone remembers that far back, my friend. Jeff said blue and yellow all the way as the home kit. Do you know what, Jeff? I'm with you on this. I've mentioned this to Liam and the shop countless times, or even a special edition shirt for maybe 2 games this season would have been nice. Who knows? Who knows? They are looking into options. Let's just leave it there in terms of things that Liam's going to be bringing to the fore for the shop.
And the retro kits are coming in soon, aren't they?
They are not too long. I think about a month or so. He said from last. But again, we'll get Liam on nearer the time of those things, so you get to see all the new latest releases there as well. Ash, glad you brought up Pato on the right, Aiden. I didn't understand the decision. To be fair, Ash, I felt you may as well have given him the linesman's flag. I think Ollie said the same on the weekends as well. It just didn't work. I get the fact these kind of games you're going to experiment, but it was I struggled understanding why we would do that. Same with Mendes, to be fair. He was so far out of the game. I just didn't think it was effectual at all. But again, more to come on that. I've ordered my 3rd shirt with the one and only Big Marv on the back, says Hamid. So there we go. I thought it was nice to see Marv come on. It'd be interesting to see, Hamid, I don't know what your thoughts are, but whether Marv or even Sanders starts on the weekend.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
And the midfield, to be fair. But I've got a feeling, my gut feeling says that not much will change. Maybe the positioning will change, but I think we'll stick with the majority of what you saw on the weekend. But maybe the formation, well, definitely for Pater has to change for me. And then maybe a few off the bench. It'll be interesting to see, but there we go. Grant said, I would have liked to see Charlie Stanford. Babe, probably not right. The young Ajax one. Yeah, I mean, again, interesting.
I haven't got a clue what he's talking about.
Charlie Stanford, the goalie we had on loan from Ajax last season.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Although I will say, Grant, I could be wrong. I don't think that Warney rated him, to be fair, from what he was kind of saying off the record. And obviously on the record when he was on the show a few months back now, towards the end of last season, but didn't seem to work out for whatever reason. Again, could be wrong, but it just seemed like we were doing that and seeing what we could do, but yeah, unfortunately, it didn't seem to work for whatever reason. So again, in Warm we trust.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, cheers, Pete. I saw that.
Yeah, training with West Ham and at Rush Green near where I live. Yeah, I mean, again, there's a lot of rumours that he was going to sign a contract with West Ham. If he does, I wish him well, Pete. I generally wish him well. He's lost his way, and I mean, if it gets him back in the game, and I mean, again, he's still young. He's not even 30 yet, from what I remember. I think he's 29, 28.
I don't know.
You know, so he's still got a lot to offer. I think, particularly in the Championship, it would be great. There's a good squad at West Ham. They've kept a lot of that Premier League team together. I think they'll run.
Yeah, they have.
Season.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think Norwich will be on their tails though.
Possibly after the game. No, I give you that. But I mean, for me, I just can't see past West Ham this season. If you're talking about Championship.
See, Hamid didn't know I was a keeper.
Yeah, you never mentioned it, Tom. You never mentioned it.
I've never mentioned it.
I couldn't possibly comment, Hamid. It's not like he tells us every week. Or does he? But there we go. Gary says, Jamie coming from Oxford, please. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people have said that. And say,
Can't do it, but we can't do it.
No, we can't. And also, I mean,
they've got an embargo, Gary.
Yeah, I said George is in our green room, so we'll ask him a little bit more about that later on. But I know that's one that we've heard.
Well,
but yeah,
George
to your
might be able to tell us a bit more.
I don't see it happening. And to be fair, it's again, if you're under embargo, it's tough enough for Oxford at the moment. So I'm sure they'll want to keep hold of their best players, and rightly so. Danny says Jamal Blackman is on a free, and wasn't he with Paul Warne at Rotherham? Yeah, he was actually. You're quite right there, Danny. Paul was sometimes his former
I like that last bit. I like that. I've never noticed, Dan.
Wouldn't have noticed at all. Couldn't have told that this close season.
Don't you think sometimes managers are a bit one-dimensional? Yes, you get a parachute.
I love it. Anyway, go on, carry on,
Colin. Don't you? Hello, PSG beating Villa 1-0. Cheers for that, Colin.
Thank you. Yeah.
Don't you find that managers are a little bit one-dimensional sometimes? They always go back to what they know, the familiarity of working with someone.
Do you know what? I think any manager is going to do that now. Whether you go to a Championship club, League One, League Two, Premiership, if there's a player that you've worked with in the past and that manager thinks they've got potential and they can fit in your squad, of course you're going to go for them. Yeah. I think because it's that player, you kind of know their strengths and weaknesses and where you can coach them and help them ultimately. So I mean, again, I'm not adverse to that. I think it's more for me about, is it the right fit?
Well, I hope Sweeting gets his arse in gear and gets Max Dean over.
Well, I'm not saying anything, Cole, but it's interesting that the Bolton deal has not gone through at the moment. You saw my comments. I spoke to Max.
Have you got something in your eye?
I have, funny enough. I have.
Are you going to get rid of that QR code when our guest goes?
I will do. Not to worry. But yeah, I had Max Dean on my Instagram. I was pinging him. He's a good.
I know. You had a little chat with him. I saw it.
Yeah, we did. And yeah, he's a good guy. And again, whether he comes to us or not, I generally wish him all the luck in the world. He's one of the nicest players that we've ever had.
I'd love to see him at Milton. Love to see him.
As he said to me, and I'm not going to give away too much, Cole, but he said with MK Dons, he said, "I'm not done yet."
Unfinished business, he said.
Exactly.
Right,
so who knows? I mean, again, I think if he's going to get a Championship club and it's a good deal, I can understand that. But if we can
match that deal. We can match that deal.
Financially, we could do. The financial fair play, though, is like if we spent 2 million, you're probably going to have to invest 4 million or something like that.
Yeah, but I could think of at least one player we could afford to get rid of.
Well, there's a couple to be interested. Yeah, and again, we'll come on to say we'll talk a little later in the show after we've previewed all things Oxford. We're going to do things a little backwards. Again, there's been a lot of comments, rightly so. This is the first game of the season, curtain opener. We wanted to get all of you in before we jumped onto the next section. So we'll bring in our esteemed guest from last season, George, to talk all things the curtain opener. And again, I think it's going to be a really good test for us. I think Norwich was an interesting game, which we'll come on to a bit later on. But I'm really looking forward to this one. I always enjoy going to Oxford and playing the Yellows. And I think it'll be an equally enjoyable game on the weekend. But love to hear George's thoughts and all things Oxford as well. So we'll bring our esteemed guest in. George, thank you so much for joining. Really appreciate you coming on the show again. How are you doing?
Good evening, guys. Yeah, how are you? Yeah, I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Good. I mean, I was hoping that we'd see you in the Championship, not League One. I felt sorry for you. It was a difficult season by the looks of it. But I mean, sort of talking all things pre-season build up for Oxford. How have you seen things play out since that relegation? Has it been a difficult pre-season for Oxford so far?
Yeah, I think when I came on ahead of the cup game, I think I said I'll see you next season in League One.
You did. You did.
So there we are. We're here
we
now.
We should have really have done a little video of that and played it.
Yeah.
Never should be so cruel, Cole. Never be so cruel. Not at all.
We flirted with survival in a way that I didn't think we would do. It's been a really weird pre-season for so many reasons. I mean, we came down and there wasn't much going on really, and then no one was really expecting the news that Matt Bloomfield had been sacked. Kind of 6 weeks into the season, I was in Boston at the time, about to leave the apartment I was staying in to go and watch England-Ghana, and suddenly saw my phone popping off saying that we were sacking Matt Bloomfield.
That was a strange one, wasn't it? Strange.
Yeah, really weird. I mean, he was appointed in January. he didn't. If I was a manager's agent, I would basically say that the last job to take is a kind of lower third budget championship team threatened by relegation mid-season, because even though you come into a club that are already probably destined to go down, and even though Bloomfield oversaw some like an improvement of form and some good games, when you inevitably get relegated, you are still the fall guy. You're still the guy that gets the blame. And he wasn't blameless. Like we put ourselves in a good position, and we lost back-to-back games against Derby and Wrexham that really kind of put paid to our opportunity to stay up. But no one expected him to be sacked at that point. I think had he been sacked after the last game of the season at Millwall, it would have been surprising, but not a huge shock. But him being sacked that far into the summer was a big surprise to him as well. And then Aaron Ramsey was appointed as our new manager, who oversaw 3 games as a caretaker at Cardiff, and then were relegated. He then carried on his playing career in Mexico for not very long. He only retired from football a couple of months ago. Has done his badges, but has very little coaching experience. Suddenly he's our new head coach. So that was something to wrap your head around. And then, we were told the signings were on their way. And then suddenly the bombshell lands about a month or so ago that we're under embargo, cannot register new players.
Could you explain that to the people at home, what that transfer embargo means to Oxford United?
I can try. I mean, the communication from the club. Yeah. The other thing I should mention is that our chairman left just before the Bloomfield sacking and was replaced by a Serbian agent called Dusan Bogdanovic, who is now our chairman, who, as to this point, his only communication with the fans has been a LinkedIn post, a kind of felt quite AI statement on the official website, and then a Q&A with our Oxfox, our supporters group. So it hasn't been great communication from him. So we don't really know. I mean, we're in breach of the new SCMP rules. My understanding is that, to basically justify a club's losses now in League One, basically there are 2 things. Firstly, there are now rules about the percentage of your revenue that you can spend on wages. For most clubs in League One, it's 50%. For relegated clubs out of the Championship, to mitigate for the loss of earnings, it's 65%. And if you go above that, then there's a penalty. The second part is that clubs have always owners have been able to fund their clubs effectively month to month. You have a bill, you pay it, and it's fine, and that's okay. And there'll have to be some kind of proof of earnings shown to the EFL to prove that you're able to afford this. Now you have to effectively pay that money into a bond at the start of the season. So it's a huge upfront payment. And I'm sure, you guys don't need me to tell you, I'm sure for MK Dons that would have been significant, given the spend at the club. For Oxford, it's been rumoured to be somewhere between kind of 15 to 17, 18 million.
Really? As much as that?
Yeah. And I think that's relatively common. I don't think that, it's big, but I wouldn't have thought MK's would be significantly less necessarily.
Thereabouts, yeah.
Probably slightly more.
Yeah, especially because I would imagine that probably the 50% ruling for you guys, it wouldn't surprise me if you're over that as well. So therefore, you have to pay the penalty too. So therefore, our owner, for whatever reason, it could be just being pissed off that he has to do this, so decided not to do it. It could be because there's an investor coming in. It could be, there are various different reasons why this could be the case. We don't know the reason for this. Has decided not to pay it, and that means, and we were the only club not to pay it. So that means that we are under a registration embargo, which seems to mean that you can sign players if you want to, but they can't play. And the communication from the club has been that there isn't really a desire to get this sorted until the interim period between this window and the next window.
Yeah, forgive me, George, and who would want to sign under that criteria?
No one. So Frankie Kent signed before the embargo came in. He did his ACL, and I have my hunch is that he wouldn't have been able to play anyway. So I think it's probably spared a few blushes that he got injured in the way that he did. Obviously terrible for him. But I mean, we're not in the market for buying players. But what that means is a lot of players who we would have been looking to sell because they'd have wanted to leave, understandably, Championship players. The word from the club is that we have no interest in selling them. And there's an interesting saga going on at the moment with Stan Mills and Preston, where there seems to be some reports going around that there's been a fee agreed for him to leave. I've kind of tweeted this evening saying that I understand that to be incorrect, because the club, if we've got a winger who's worth £3 million, but which he is, and I think he's actually worth, when you consider that Lisby went to Millwall for £3 million and has never played in the Championship, I think he's worth a lot more than that, because he's absolutely brilliant. If we've got an asset worth £3 million and we can't replace him, and we can't put that money towards other signings, then his value to us is worth a hell of a lot more than the value of in the market. 100%. And there's also a flip side as well. If we sell him, then suddenly you're going to have players who have been told early in the window, you're not leaving, I'm really sorry, but you can't leave now, knocking on the door with the manager or the sporting director saying, hold on, why can he leave? If he can leave, then I want to leave too. So it's a mess, and it all plays into the news that came out yesterday with the PFA suing the EFL around the implication of these rules, because it does seem like it's creating a bit of a headache for a lot of people in football, and certainly a lot of players.
Yeah, just taking you back to last Saturday, you played in the League Cup, like the same as we did. You had quite a number of academy players on the bench, didn't you?
Well, that's where it's going to be, yeah. But I mean, we have, I would say, probably one of the best 11s in the league and one of the worst benches, because we released a lot of players at the end of the season. We let a couple of players go. As you do, you kind of clear the decks before you sign players, and then suddenly the embargo comes in. So, yeah, we've got. I mean, it should be good news for those players. Some of them have some EFL experience. Gatlin O'Donker's played a bit for us and has had loans at Bristol Rovers and Barnet. James Golding's had loans at Southend and Rochdale. But a couple of them, Leo Snowden's a 17-year-old number 10. Hayden Elliott Wheeler last season was at Gateshead. These are guys who wouldn't be playing League One football if it wasn't for the embargo. But sometimes it's not the worst thing to be forced to. An issue that often is the case within football is that managers aren't very keen to play young players, because if they don't achieve success and results, then they get sacked. So why would they bother nurturing a 17-year-old talent if they're not going to reap the benefit of that? This forces Aaron Ramsey's hand, and that he has to do this. And he's spoken about the fact that he was given a chance at Cardiff when he was 16 means that he really does care about providing young players with an opportunity. So it could be a positive to come out of this. But as an Oxford fan at the moment, we're in a very weird situation where we have probably 7 or 8 of the best players in the league. Stan Mills, De Keersmacher, Kieran Brown, Jack Curry, Brodie Spencer, Cameron Brannigan. These are players that are going to walk into any side in the league. But we are going to have a lot of players that play a lot of minutes who wouldn't get into the squads of a lot of teams. And we've got, something of an existential crisis where if this isn't sorted, then there's a points deduction to come in January. Is there administration to come if we can't afford to pay the players? You've got to build a new stadium that's going to cost 150 million quid in the next 2 years. As you can tell, it's an interesting time to be an Oxford fan.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's just heartbreaking. Again, it's like, you get these owners who do these things, and it's the fans that pay for it ultimately, George, which is always the toughest thing here. And look, I mean, again, I hope it, works out as well as it can do for you guys. I never like seeing these sort of things happen. And like I said,
it's not the first time we've had this conversation with an opposition fan, is it? I mean, if I can't remember who it was, I think it was a guy from Tranmere last season. He said, everything's gone wrong bar the football ground burning down, So, what can go wrong will go wrong. And unfortunately, as we all know in football, when things start going wrong, they just get worse. You always lose your best player to an injury. Something happens, doesn't it? It's all it's a bloody catalogue of woe and
No, it is.
You lost Will Lancashire, didn't you, as well? Who's your top goal scorer?
Yeah, he was brilliant for us last season. Really good player. When considering that he's gone to Middlesbrough for potentially £20 million when you get relegated.
What?
Yeah, from Spurs. So when you get relegated with a player who turns out to be a £20 million player up front, I love Mark Harris very much, but it's a bit of a drop off. And we've only got 2 strikers. So we've got Harris, who scored 15 goals for us when we got promoted out of League One a couple of years ago, and Gatlin O'Donker, who he's a promising young player, but has yet to show it. And in this day and age, rotation is so important. Being able to rest players is so important. And we're not really going to have that luxury until January.
You're not going to have that, are you?
No.
I think from an Oxford perspective, given what you've already said from that perspective, George, what sort of, I guess, Oxford United side are MK Dons walking into on Saturday? What do you think that's going to look like?
Well, there was a lot of optimism going to the Orient game on Saturday. I came home early from a family holiday to go to it, and we lost 2-0 and barely had a chance. So that was good. But we weren't particularly good there. Both Mills and De Keersmaker, who are the two players kind of seemingly right in the thick of kind of transfer sagas and speculation, neither of them were in the squads. I'm hoping and thinking that Mills should be in the squad on Saturday. With De Keersmaker, he hasn't played a minute of football, pre-season friendly league game, cup game or anything since January, so it's probably unlikely that he'll come in. But the 11 itself should be really strong. Like, it'll be Jamie Cumming in goal, who you guys know all about, who I think, I heard you talking before I came in about speculation about him. I think there's been championship interest in him, and we cannot let him go, because we cannot replace him if we do let him go. Even though I'm sure he would love the opportunity to stay in the championship. At left back, got Jack Curry, who is definitely a championship player. Right back, Brodie Spencer, who's a championship player. Kieran Brown and either Michal Helik or Sam Long at the back. Cameron Brannigan, Jamie McDonnell, who's signed for £1 million in January. Tyler Goodrum, who's back from injury, who should be a championship player. Sam Mills, Idemo Amaku, who we signed for £1 million in January, and Mark Harris. So, like, the team itself should be very good for League One. We should be playing, Ramsey's been very keen to play a kind of really aggressive pressing system. It didn't really work on Saturday, but I think the intensity for a league game should be different.
What about Siriki Dembele?
So he's had a pretty tough couple of years with us. He came in as our record signing at the time, as any EFL fan will know, any MK Dons fan would have seen. Like,
he
when
played
he's at his
for
best.
Bournemouth in the Prem, didn't he?
Yeah. They signed him in January to help him get over the line. Like, he's an incredibly talented footballer. I sometimes think when you have players like that who've played in the Premier League, went out to Auxerre in Liga, when they get to this stage of their career, are they still putting it in? Possibly not. But he scored 2 big goals in our survival late in the season, season before last. He basically was cut out from the squad for the second half of last season. He was our best player by miles on Saturday. He looked really back at it, and he's someone who at League One level, he should be. Because my issue with Dembele, there's a misconception about him that he's quick. He's not quick. He's slow. He's really slow. But his ball control and his quick feet and his ability to turn out of spaces and beat men kind of helps with that. But at championship level, it feels like he has to beat a man about 5 times, because whenever he beats them, they get back and they get back to him. Whereas hopefully in League One, he'll get a bit more time to really showcase what he can do. So, yeah, if his head's in the right place, then he should be a big player for us this season.
George, we've got a few questions that have just come in, so I just want to quickly go through those. But first one from Chris here. He says, a mate of his is an Oxford fan. What is this about you not having a stadium next season? Is there any truth in that, or do we know a bit more about what's going on there?
2 seasons. So next season, we basically got a 2-year extension on our lease at the Kassam Stadium from Firoz Kassam, our previous owner. So we'll, all being well, we'll be there till the end of next season. After that, we are, we're homeless. We have planning permission approved for a new stadium, which will be a much better. Anyone who's been to the current stadium knows that it's not the easiest to get to, and it's not a particularly good place to watch football. Apart from being quite a nice pitch, but 3 stands, no pubs near the ground, a bad car park. It's not the one. But this one should be in a much more central area near Oxford Parkway Station. But there's been a judicial review launched by kind of local protesters. Hopefully that will be kind of thrown out relatively soon, and then space can go in the ground. But given we're currently under a embargo for not putting up the money in a bond, then you have to question whether or not we'll be able to pay the money for the stadium. So we'll see. There's been talk about where we'd ground share if we had to, and obviously given the geographical proximity of our 2 clubs, MK's been mentioned, so maybe that's something to look out for the future.
Oh, really?
Yeah, definitely not Swindon. Definitely not Swindon.
Absolutely not Swindon, and not even Reading, to be honest. So
really, okay.
MK, correct. Northampton, I guess would be possible, but there aren't many.
Yeah,
what sort of crowd are you getting at Oxford?
Well, last season we were kind of getting 8, 9, 10 most weeks.
Right.
Season before that, and our first season we were kind of selling out about 12. So, I mean, this season could be anything given the state that we're in. I mean, people might unite everyone if we do well, but I can see if we start poorly, I can see crowds dwindling quite a lot.
Aidan, you had another question.
There's a few come through. Yeah, so Danny said, as a former peer student, do the team still train at the school, George?
No, they don't. They train at Horsbeth. So it's a very good training ground. Although, as we found out during Spygate, not very well guarded, because apparently in that one, the Southampton spy didn't even have to. I think he just basically stood on the side of the pitch, watched our training, which was good. But we still beat them, so it was fine.
Justice was served.
Yeah.
So Don has asked, has there been any players at Oxford that have actively come out publicly asking to leave at all?
Not publicly, no. But the fact that Takir hasn't played a single minute of pre-season probably tells its own story. The fact that we've seen Stan Mills have 2 separate bouts of illness. You don't have to be. I can understand why for them. It's I think as fans we can often be quite blinkered when it comes to this. But if you're Stan Mills or if you're Brian Kearsmacher and you're looking at a club under an embargo, I can understand why you'd want to leave. What I can't really stomach is not still putting the work in. Like if you want to get paid for playing football and you're happy to pick up your wage every month, you can't not be playing football. But I think for the most part, it seems like players have conducted themselves quite well. My worry would be that if the season doesn't start well, then we might see, with the window still open, we might see more of that stuff kind of rear its head.
George, there was a question about Aaron Ramsey.
Yeah, what was the question?
Can Aidan find it?
Aaron Ramsey, I think. Let's have a look.
Yeah, it was something to do with what you expect. There you go. Question for George.
So yes, what do you think of the appointment of Ramsey, and then what can you expect? I mean, I think you've touched on what we can expect from the team managed by him. But yeah, I mean, what was your overall thoughts? Ultimately, what were the Oxford's thoughts about Aaron Ramsey sort of signing? Excitement? Not really. Mixed?
Not really. I mean, I think he's conducted himself very well since he was appointed, especially in the wake of the embargo stuff. I think the fans have liked what he's had to say. But there's nothing to really go off, apart from the fact that he was a very good player. But we all know that doesn't necessarily equate itself to being a good manager. And even like previous elite players who've got into management, Lampard, Gerrard, other players, they've all kind of served their time a bit. They've gone into academy coaching first. With Ramsey, apart from a brief caretaker spell at Cardiff, he hasn't really done that. So he's surrounded himself with a bit more experience. Chris Gunter, his kind of old Wales teammate and his best mate, has come in as assistant, who is a very well thought of coach, and a couple of others too. So we'll have to see. I mean, I'm rooting for him. The way that he's talking to the fans at a very difficult time when no one else is really talking to the fans. He's fronting up, and he's not. He I guess in his position, you could do one of two things: either you just bat everything away, or you hold the board to account. And he's definitely held the board to account, where he keeps repeating to the fact, like, why would we be selling players when we've been told as a group that we're not going to be doing that, which is what we want to hear.
No, and then I think flipping it in terms of the football itself. I mean, you watch an enormous amount of EFL football as well, but if you look at our squad objectively, do you think we've recruited, from a I suppose an outside perspective, a League One survival side, a comfortable mid-table side, or something capable of pushing higher? What's kind of been your thoughts so far on Don's transfer window?
Pretty impressed, to be honest. I think Sam Nombe should score a lot of goals at a good team. He has scored quite a lot of goals for bad teams recently. I think it's 15, 14 and 12 in his last 3 League One seasons, playing for Exeter, Rotherham and Rotherham getting relegated in 2 of those seasons, and mid-table in the other one. So given that Callum Patterson scored, 15, 16 goals last season, having been injured for most of it, Nombe is a much more natural goal scorer. He's brilliant pace and behind, very good finisher, works hard off the ball. Ryan Wintle, I have on good authority, was going to sign for Oxford before he went to MK, before the embargo was announced, to link up with his mate, Aaron Ramsey, obviously former Cardiff teammates. He's excellent. He's such a good player. He was one of the best players in the whole division last season, bar none. obviously a different style of play. Cardiff last season under Brian Barry Murphy looked to get the ball down, and Wintl's job was to basically get the ball off the defenders and distribute. He was kind of the metronome in the middle of the park. We know that a Paul Warden side don't often tend to or don't consistently play through the thirds. He often bypass midfield a bit. He's done that before at championship level. He played for a Cardiff side for a while. He is mobile and he's tenacious. But with him and Barlasser, it feels like you've got two really good distributors and very good passers. Probably a level up on Liam Kelly in that regard. So, and you know, I'm confident that MK will be a team that will finish in the top 6 this season. I think you're a side that came up, that should have won the league last year, with the best team in League Two.
Tell us about it.
Yeah. And in Warden, you've got a player that's won promotion out of League Two with far less talented squads than the one that you've got. So, and I don't think, I'm not really having Leicester at this stage unless they do loads of business in the last 2 weeks of the window. Wednesday, I think, have done an incredible job of building a squad in a short period of time. And Oxford, as we discussed, are in a strange position. So it feels like a kind of League One where it's there for a club like MK to really kind of take the bull by the horns. So you're definitely one of the teams that I'm expecting to do okay.
George, obviously you've got a couple of players that are like Don's legends, if you like. Excuse me, Kioso and Cumming.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me.
Bless you.
Thank you. Yeah, what can you tell us about them? I mean, there was a lot of rumours flying around at Stadium MK that we were in after Jamie Cumming, but with the embargo, I don't think that's going to be possible.
Yeah, and as I said, I think there's been interest from Championship clubs as well. Obviously, I know that you guys can pay Championship wages, but yeah, I don't think I'll be going because of the embargo anyway. But yeah, I don't think you guys are alone in looking at him if you were.
No, I mean, the mystery to me, and probably Aidan as well, is how we never signed him in the first place when he was with us, because I didn't get that. That was probably
I think the answer to that was, well, it wasn't so much that as the fact we went down to League Two. He didn't want to play in League Two. Completely understandable.
Oh, right, okay.
And yeah, I think that was a line. If we'd have stayed in League One, probably would have got him on loan again. But yeah, I mean, speaking to him, he was always aspiring for Championship football, rightly so. He's a very competent keeper, someone I've got a lot of time for.
So he was double player of the year, wasn't he? Players player and player of the year.
He was. But I mean, again, even with Oxford's difficulties in the Championship, I thought he made a really good fist of it. He was one of those players that came out.
For sure.
Showing some great credit and keeping you in it pretty much almost to the end in some of it. So again, I was hoping you guys were gonna buck that trend. Unfortunately, it didn't work out. But yeah, definitely a standout player, Cole, and I think that's the reason why. I think, George, just in terms of like Aaron Ramsey looking at MK Dons, where do you think you're going to try and hurt us on the weekend? Is there a particular game plan you think there's a weak spot that you think he can exploit?
Well, I don't know really. I mean, it's given this is Ramsey's first game in charge as a permanent manager in a league game, coming up against Paul Warren is quite a tough first assignment, because the way that he wants to play, which is to play through the thirds, to be aggressive out of possession, to get the ball down, I think Paul Warren will absolutely relish the idea of coming up against a team like that, and we'll just try and sit off and then get in behind us, and we'll probably have some success in doing so. So, but I guess getting the ball out wide will be our key strategy, especially if Stan Mills is playing. And I think we could probably get at your fullbacks. That'll be the plan at least. But I'm more worried about how you can cause us problems at the moment. We obviously have the quality, the individual quality across the pitch to be a very good team. But I don't look at MK and see any kind of glaring areas of weakness.
I mean, on that point, I suppose if you flip the question...
obviously haven't watched us against Norwich.
That was a different day. That was a different day.
Glorified friendly.
Quite rightly. Quite rightly. But, yeah, I mean, from the Oxford's perspective, if you're flipping that question round, what should Paul Warren be looking to exploit, would you say, from this squad? If you're going into that game, is there a particular thing or an area that you're concerned about? Yeah,
definitely. Loads. We'll play a high line, and we'll be playing out from the back with players that I don't think really suits playing out from the back. So I imagine, especially Nombe from the front, will look to really press our centre backs. You'll have your wide players will be playing on the shoulder and trying to get in behind. Our fullbacks will play quite high, which I'm not sure they're kind of used to doing, having had a couple of seasons in the Championship. So that's the other thing, is the transition from playing style to being a Gary Rowett team at the bottom of the Championship to being an Aaron Ramsey team with basically the same players. So I think it's a very good time to play against us. And also, like, as much as I love, as I said, Mark Harris, he hasn't scored many goals for quite a long time. So having a striker that's lacking a bit of confidence, a bit of match sharpness too.
Yeah, I mean, suppose speaking of the game and those exploitations, where do you think this game's ultimately going to be won or lost Saturday, George? Midfield, wide area, set pieces, or something else ultimately?
Yeah, I think how well you can stop Browning and getting on the ball will be big. Orient did it very well, so that will be important. I think how our fullbacks cope with your wide threats will be important. I think how our wingers, how we can get our wingers into the game, whether that's Dembele and Amaku or whether that's Mills and Amaku, or it could be Dembele and Mills, I guess, because that's where our quality really, really sits. And particularly if Mills does play, I really think, in fairness to Kearsmacher as well, I think you could put those two players in most teams in the Championship and they'd be, big players for them. So they're going to be so crucial. But I'd be really surprised if Kearsmacher plays. Whereas with Mills, I'm really hoping we see him on the team sheet on Saturday.
Awesome. Right, George, quickly, Kyoso, and then we'll move on to your prediction, if you will.
Yeah, he hasn't had a great time as an Oxford player. Came in and we're pretty excited about him. Had quite a poor season in our first season up in the Championship. Went out on loan to Peterborough last season, where he was in his previous loan spell there, had been made club captain and was incredibly popular. And he came back and they completely lost the love that they once had for him. So I'm not really sure what's happening there, because he's clearly a talented player, a very good one-on-one defender. But his kind of career is spiraling a bit. He's another one that will benefit from the embargo. He definitely would have been sold or loaned out again had we not needed him. He won't be our first choice right back. Probably not even our second choice right back. Possibly he did come on against Orient, but yeah, he's a player that's got it all to do to show us that he's still capable.
Right. Right. Before you give your prediction, everybody at home, please fire your predictions up and Aidan will fire them on the screen. Go on there, George. What's your prediction?
I'm pretty negative, if I'm honest. I'm sorry to say this for MK Dons fans. Yeah, I think you might beat us. I think it's going to be a nasty first game for us to have. I'm going to go for a 2-1 MK win. I really hope that I'm wrong, and any Oxford fans who watch this will give me stick for it. But I've got to be honest. I wouldn't surprise me if we have a good season, but I'm worried about Saturday.
I'm with your earlier comment. I think we're probably playing you at the best time we possibly could. Yeah. We generally make clubs at the worst time, so to have hopefully for us, we're playing you at the best time. Go on then, Aidan. What do you reckon?
Well, before I go for that, I've got one more question I want to ask George. I'm going to set the scene. It's May 2027, George. I open the League One table. Where are Oxford and where are MK Dons?
MK are third. Oxford are... Have we had a points deduction?
Without that, hopefully.
I'll take third.
Yeah, and you say what 10th did you say for Oxford?
Yeah.
Okay. And then, the only other thing I was going to ask, I just wanted to pick your brain on, because you obviously know an awful lot of football and you've seen a lot of football. Who are your promotion favourites this season for League One? And who's your dark horse as well? There's always a dark horse. Have you got any predictions for who that could be?
Are MK too good to be the dark horse? Because you would be my dark horse if not. Yeah.
Well, I mean, of course, dark horse. A lot of people are writing us off. Some people are saying we're
MK dark horse. I think Argyle and Luton will be rock solid.
Yeah.
Having finished the season so well last season. As I said, pretty keen to get against Leicester. Until I see it. They've only got two centre-backs at the moment, and one of them is Wout Faes, who is seemingly on strike. So they don't really have any strikers. They signed a Slovenian yesterday. Their squad looks a mess to me. So, MK Dark Horses and Argyle and Luton, the two that I think will go well.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on the Luton one. I definitely. Although I think, again, depending on their business and the transfer window, but Stockport, another one that I thought were pretty decent last season. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with them. And Bradford's another one that could be quite strong as well, ultimately.
It's a strong old league, isn't it, this year?
It is. League One always is. League One always is. It gets harder and harder every year, I think, anyway. But I think, to your point, before I come on to prediction, you might laugh at this, but I've had this feeling that Oxford will be all right. I think you'll be in the top 6, but I generally think Leicester could be in the relegation fight this season.
Really?
I really don't see. They've
On the
signed,
same
they
page.
potentially signed 1 or 2 big names, but the rest of that squad is not.
Also, signing big names when you're
Yeah.
a relegated Championship club into League One, basically players who probably wouldn't be wanted by other Championship clubs. Like Connor Chaplin
100%.
was poor, a poor Pompey team last season. Wes Burns, once a great player, injury issues. Like I'm just not convinced these are actually great players for the level anymore. So yeah, I wouldn't go quite as far as relegation scrap, but I'm definitely with you that they're very, very vulnerable favourites, and it seemingly is done on name and reputation rather than the actual quality of player that they've got.
No, 100%. 100%. Thank you, George. No, for me, it's a difficult one because after watching the Norwich game, and I will say that I mitigate this with Norwich are a cut above. You could tell that they were a top-end Championship side, and we'd just come up from League Two. Still looked like a bunch of strangers. I think, yes, it's probably the best time to play Oxford, but equally, I think this is a great time for Oxford to be playing us because we're still finding our feet. So I think on that premise, I'm seeing this as a 1-1 draw. I don't think either team will want to lose the opening game.
You're going for a draw. I'm gonna agree with George. I'm gonna go 2-1 to the Dons. I think we'll go 2 up, and Oxford will score late in the game, and it'll be squeaky bum time.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah,
Mick said he says he loves 4 goals. He says, "Oh, Aidan, I love the fence." MK 3-2 maybe. Yeah, look, as I say, I as much as you can't benchmark at the Norwich game against what's happened on the weekend, it's a different scenario.
I don't at all.
I don't, but at the same time, I go back to the point: Oxford and anyone that thinks that it's going to be an easy game is a fool because you have a good Championship squad there. I think you look at the Cup game last season. I thought we did well. I thought we did ourselves, proud, but it was a difficult game, and that was at home. So away, I don't see it being a rollover. Again, I think you've got too many players there with that quality. Pride will be there, and perversely, when you're in these adverse times, that can actually bring the team together. And equal, like I said, I just think that we've got some good players. I didn't think we're quite settled. It all depends on what Warney does this week in training, what formation he puts out, who's our front for 2, 3, whatever way he wants to play will really determine that. But again, curtain openers, we've seen it against Oldham last season. Cole, it was a 1, it was a draw again. And I just think that's the thing. You just don't want to lose that first game. Both teams want to get some momentum.
I think it was a wake-up call for us at Norwich. And I'd have thought, I think Warney's probably learnt more from a 4-1 defeat.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm expecting a slightly different team and a much better result. So there you go. I'm going 2-1.
I'm with George. I think people will laugh at me. I've said all season, I think we'll end up in the top 2 at the end of the season. I just think it's quite an open league this season. But I just think, again, you look at the start we've got obviously Oxford, then you've got Leicester, Huddersfield, and then you've got your Wickhams, your AFCs. There are no easy games. Whoever did the league season fixtures has done us dirty. That's for sure. When you look at our opening fixtures, it's not great. But if you can get out of that with points and a few wins under your belt, I think that's when we start building momentum and you crack on. But yeah, I go back from an outsider's perspective with Oxford. Generally, George, I wish you guys well. It's horrible when you're going through these situations, but I think you've got a good squad there. I think you'll be fine. And hopefully, if you can get through all this palaver with your AI indifference of a LinkedIn post and back onto better things, I generally hope that's the case for you guys.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
I say that with the fact that I hope Swindon go down to the National League. I have no time for it whatsoever.
Don't we all? Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it.
Cheers. Really
Thanks a lot.
Having you on. Goodbye.
Take care, George. Thanks again.
Soon.
See you soon. Bye.
Bye.
What a great guy. What a
Get
great
in.
guy. I like it. George is a good guy.
Get a t-shirt. What a great guy.
Do you know what? Maybe, Cole, I'll put it up there and everyone can have one. Yeah. That's for sure. That is for sure. But no, like you say, look, I hope we do well on the weekend. Absolutely. But I just, every time it's a curtain opener, it's always a tough game because we're in a new league.
Yeah.
We're against probably one of the better sides in the league, 100% in terms of the squad. So if we come out of that doing well, that gives you a litmus of where we are. I don't think Norwich gives us a litmus test of where we're going to be this season. I think
certainly not.
There was a massive gulf. And like you say, given, I said to a few of the Norwich fans, given the new setup for the playoffs this season, because obviously they've got that, what do you call it, conference set up with the top 8 now.
Yeah.
Which I personally, and again, anyone out there watching, if you heard about the conference playoff situation now in the Championship, may roll down to League One and League Two.
It's the same scenario as the National League, isn't that?
Yeah, exactly that. Let us know what your thoughts are on it. I just think it makes a bit of a mockery, Cole.
That's
you could end
the
up
Championship, not League One.
Yeah, at the moment. Although it's a trial, so if it goes well, they'll probably roll it down. But
anyway,
I just think it's silly. It's silly. But what do I know?
Time is pressing, young man.
Toilet suppressing, did you say?
No, I never said that at all. I want to watch Luke Payne.
Do you want to watch Luke Payne?
Yeah,
how much do you want to watch Luke Payne?
Well, I'll say roll VT, if that helps.
Always helps. Yeah, we'll do a bit of Luke Payne and I'll see you on the other side.
Go.
Right, welcome to my office. And we've got a game to cover. It's Norwich versus Dons, obviously. And, well, it wasn't the greatest of games, to be honest, was it? Norwich fielded a strong side. We tried to field a strong side and tried to face them head-on, which was a bold call, I think. And it turned out very quickly that was a bad idea, because we were 2 goals down in about 7 minutes, so not great. I think it was a case of we were kind of experimenting a little bit, although it was quite a familiar lineup to what we're likely to see in the league. I think it was just us fine-tuning our system, and ultimately we kind of got found out when we were facing stronger opposition. I think the concerning thing is that 3 of the 4 goals were passing errors, as far as I can see. We've got to be able to cut those out. I think we looked well, there was a little bit of a lack of sharpness. I think wrong decisions on the ball, quite simply. We've just got to be that little bit more match sharp, and I don't think in League One too many teams will punish us the way that Norwich did. To be fair, they showed a lot of quality, especially with their press. We're not going to be dealt that hand too many times, but against a side like that, you are going to get punished, and that's exactly what happened. We did obviously have the penalty, which was probably, it was a penalty, but I think that it was a bit of a telegraphed penalty from Mendes-Lang in the end. It was kind of obvious which way it was going, unfortunately. But then we went and scored anyway, which is a positive, and it's off of a set piece, and it's off the second ball of a set piece, which I'm quite happy about as well. And obviously opens Wintel's account for us. It's not a disaster. We're out the cup, but we would have had an away trip to Cardiff, which I suppose would have been nice, but again, not the priority. You'd rather just hit the ground running when we get to Oxford, which will be a different test. Obviously, they've just come down from the champ, and we played them not that long ago, albeit against a rotated Oxford side, and we did quite well, actually. I'd expect us to play a similar lineup. I wouldn't be surprised if a couple of players change. You've got to consider that playing someone like Patterson out wide might not be the greatest of ideas. I know he can play anywhere, but I don't think you should force players in for the sake of it. You've still got to have the right mould of player, the right fit for the system we're looking to play, and unfortunately that wasn't the case with that one. You could potentially see someone like Sanders coming in if he's given an opportunity, or an Ekpatessa off from the start. But still, we'll see how we go. It's too early to read into anything too much. I think the Oxford game will give us a better indication of where we're at coming into this League One campaign. But, we'll see how we go. I've got to get back on court, so go on you Dons.
See, not only do we get these great reviews and previews from Luke, he's come and taken time out of his professional tennis games to come and talk to us live from his changing room. So thank you, Luke. We appreciate it. Hope you're doing well, and hope you went and won that game. Let us know how you got on. Obviously we'll chat to you a bit later. But,
he's quite a good tennis player by all accounts.
He is very good. He's very good. Yeah. Murray Mound could become, I don't know, whatever Luke's
Payne Pinnacle.
Payne's Pinnacle. There you go. Fantastic. That's why you get paid the big bucks, Cole. No, good stuff, and yeah, we appreciate that. So yeah, I mean, in terms of, I suppose jumping back, we've touched on the Oxford game. What was your take on the game, Cole? What did you think overall?
What, against Norwich?
Against Norwich, yeah. I mean, if we talk about that, like
I thought we were bloody naive.
You did.
I did. I just think. Well, we got hit within about 30 seconds, didn't we? I mean, people. I'm going to say, I hate this word, gel. Gel is a load of cobblers. It really. I was going to say something else, but it's a load of cobblers because,
yeah,
like Luke pointed out, 3 of those goals were bad passes. We got out-muscled, we got outplayed, we got out-thought. I mean, basically we were bloody awful, really. I thought Good was bad. I thought Nelson, I've never seen him play that awful at the start of the game.
Yeah.
And a lot of our players up front were isolated. Patterson out on the wing. Mendes Lang, I thought he didn't look his old self. Nombe was really, to me, the only one that showed any grit and determination.
It's a fair shout.
And the Seagull. I thought he played well.
You thought the Seagull played well. Yeah, I mean, Norwich were 2-1 up only after 6 minutes, Cole. Added the third before half-time. So it was a difficult game. And I think, when they eventually won, obviously 4-1, I thought we had an opportunity to get back in the game when Mendes Lang had that penalty in the second half. Obviously, I know we got the goal anyway, but it felt largely like one-way traffic to me. And I think while you look at where Norwich are, and obviously it's different gravy, they're in the Championship, and we're not anywhere near playing those, as Mick has said. But while Clement praised their intensity in their attacking structure, I think that, coming up against Championship sides, I don't think they'll be so flattered, Cole. Is probably where I would stick at it. But yeah, I mean, 4-1 looks like a hammering on paper. Was it actually as bad as the scoreline suggests, Cole? Or do you feel like actually that is just a blip because it's a team that win?
I don't think it was a blip. I think we were just outclassed, really. They were the better players and they exposed us badly, and I think a lot of the Norwich team have been fairly well kept together from last season. And I think Clement, we discussed this about Philip Clement, their manager, last week. The guy's a winner. You don't win 10 titles as a player and 5 as a manager if you went good, do you? You know what I mean? The guy's got the Pep Guardiola sort of, he's got the magic touch, and I think that showed.
Forget the result for a sec, Cole. But if you're Paul Warne and you're watching the game back on, say, Monday morning, just gone, what is the one thing you're fixing before Oxford? What's the one thing you're sitting there thinking? Do you know what? That is something I need to look at.
Now you've asked me a question. I don't know.
And again, anyone watching, feel free to jump in.
I think that Warne's probably learnt a lot from his players, but Warne's going to have in the back of his mind that Norwich are up here, we're about here. Do you go crazy and make radical changes on Saturday? Personally, I wouldn't. I'd give them another chance. And this is something that we go back to. Some of these new signings, to me, at the moment, haven't really shown, even in the pre-season, really shown much at all at the moment.
No,
it's early days. We're going to have a better idea after the first 3 games, I think, where we are.
I think so. And again, I guess I follow with that by saying, has Norwich changed your starting 11 for Oxford? In your head, what you thought before that game versus what we're walking into this weekend?
I might make one change. I don't know. I was going to say, bloody hell! I really don't. I
put you on the back foot. Sorry, mate.
I don't know. It's just that
he was. Thanks.
I was a little bit surprised to see Ekpiteta and Sanders left out.
Yeah, Big Marv came on.
Then I realised that the two that came in to fill their position, sort of thing, was supposed to be an upgrade, but they didn't feel like an upgrade.
Didn't feel like it.
And to me, I would play Nombe and Patterson up front as a 2.
Yeah.
Not isolate Patterson out on the wing. I wouldn't isolate him, and I'd be probably thinking about having Mendes Lang just in behind, and then I'd play 3 at the back, 5 across the middle, 2 up front. That's right. I'd go 3-5-2.
Yeah, I mean, looking at that game, like I said, I think Pato was, I mean, out of sorts is probably the understatement of the centre. I thought Mendes Lang didn't look particularly lively either. And Nombe, I mean, for a signing that's come in and you're expecting him to be there causing problems in the defence, he was tracking back an awful lot.
And we go back to the same thing. Norwich are a bloody good side.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. Sorry, just was Colin's questions come up. I think in about a week's time, Colin, but don't quote me if you're in the club shop. Double check, but I think they said in the next week or so we should hear more about Wickham tickets. Yeah, I mean, look, if we're talking about that, Cole, I mean, again, go for the positions like McGivery. Is he a definite for you? He is for me. Obviously, there's no one else there even to be in competition.
No, that makes it pretty definite in my book.
Absolutely right. Back 3, 4. I'm with you. I think it's a back 3. Personally,
I'd go back 3, and
yeah,
I really don't know. Honestly, I would go back to where. Let's go back to where we know. Ekpiteta, Nelson, Sanders.
Yep.
And then, however the game pans out, then reintroduce these new fullback, centre halves, whatever they are, and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
I would go Patterson and Nombe up front. I'd put Mendes Lang in behind, and then another 4 in midfield. So that would be what? Can't. My mind's gone blank. Some of the new boys, anyway.
Yeah, so you're looking more of a 3-5-2 ultimately.
Yeah, more. Yeah, I'd go more 3-5-2. I was a little bit surprised we went 4-4-2. Although it was hard to tell. It was hard to tell we were 4-4-2. I mean, in the first minute when they scored, it looked like we only had 2 or 3 defenders.
Yeah, it did. No, it did, and that's the thing, Cole. I mean, like you, I think a back 3 is more, or back 5. It depends how you want to play that. I think back 3, given that there's only a high press from Oxford. I mean, again, the question then becomes the midfield that you've talked about, but like Wintle, Kelly, are they the starters? Did we change that as Barlas coming in and starting ahead of Kelly? Those are the questions I think need to be answered. There's things for me, whether he's fit is the question mark, but does Hepburn Murphy deserve his chance? Given pre-season, he did put a few in. Patterson looked out of sorts. Is that just because of his positioning play?
I think it was isolated, mate. Isolated.
Yeah. But I still think he's a starter. Mendes Lang, where do you get the best out of him? I think in that attacking 3, personally, at the front. That's just me.
Well, like I said, I'd stick him in just behind.
Yeah, and Silvera for me, I think to start, I actually was quite impressed with him. I know it's not the best game, but I thought he was pretty good. And actually, I think he could be one of the best signings that we've made this window and gone quite under the radar if it pans out the way I think it.
Yeah, well, signed under minimum fuss.
Yeah, minimum fuss on a free, and no one seems to be. Yeah. But a lot of the Middlesbrough fans are really rating the guy. I'm really upset he left. So that tells you something. Yeah. Josh said they can't be bothered to do a 3 up, 3 down, but let's have an 8-space playoff priorities. Yeah, exactly. It's incredible, right?
The trouble is, there's too much revenue from the playoffs.
It's the Infantino of the EFL, right? Let's make money. Let's do something stupid because football's about the fans, apparently. At least that's the rumour I've been hearing for the last few years. It's ridiculous. Danny says, if Luke buys a new shirt, could his bit be renamed Purple Pain? Yeah.
Have we got a ban in order yet on Danny?
Not yet. Give it time. No, joking. We like Danny. I will say, speaking of purple shirts, you've reminded me, tomorrow at the club, if you are going to the club shop, obviously go and say hi to Liam and the team, but at 4:00 tomorrow, there will be players in the shop doing a signing with the purple shirt. So, again, if you want to go in and meet some of the players, 4:00 tomorrow, there will be some players in the store. Eater. Absolutely. Matt says, need some shirt designs that incorporate your catchphrases like roll VT. I think that's how you say it, and say goodnight, Aiden. Yeah, we'll do a 2 Ronnies. I will do. Cole, there you go. This is live feedback. Thank you, Matt. I will do a 2 Ronnies. Good night from me situation with you and I.
Good night from me.
and we'll do it as an exclusive. We'll say keep an eye on that website, guys. If you've got it, save it as a tag and keep
Roll
it refreshed.
VT. I like it. Thank you, Matt.
Exactly, American Luke. Matt, Good is going to have the most ironic last name in history if he ends up being.
Any just. I had a little play. Good was bad. Yeah.
Exactly. Jeff says, is there a reason why Roll VT music is so loud? So just to wake anyone up who's asleep, to be honest with you, Jeff.
Yeah, wake you all up. I don't.
Exactly.
I have no idea. No, I
know. It's just one of those random. It's like the adverts when you do TV and you got the adverts.
Yeah, on TV. My missus says to me, "Do you have to have that so loud?" I said, "It's not bloody me."
No, exactly. Matt, we spoke about this last week, and I've said this countless times. I think Crowley, this is the season for me that he could make his mark. I think League One is more suited to his game.
We were talking about this last week.
And I'd be interested to see what Warney does with that. But I think that is exactly where he should be, behind the front two. And I think he can cause some real problems there. Oxford would be a good one, even if he comes off the bench.
2-1 PSG.
There we go. Ollie says, to me, 4-3-3 was Test's system that failed badly. Why change what doesn't need fixing? To me, the key was the squad going 3 strong centre-backs and then pack the hell out of midfield. Yeah, I'm with you on that, Ollie. I'm 3-5-2.
Well, that's what we just said, Ollie. 3-4-3. We agree.
Yeah. Matt has said, I'm with Colin on the lineup. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And it certainly wasn't broken at the end of last season. No, it wasn't, Matt. You're quite right. But again, there's a few players I'd like to see a bit more of. But again, Warney knows what he's doing. In Warney, we trust, right? Matt, I'm worried we don't use Wintle properly in the 8 role. Well, let's see. I mean, again, obviously, let's see what happens in the first game. Matt, I think you're right. That's where you're going to get the best out of him. But he did play well, I thought, against Norwich. He was one of the shining stars. And Ollie even went up to him after the game and told him that when he was.
We're going to have a better idea in about 3 or 4 weeks' time, aren't we?
I think so, Cole. I think so. But, let's just see. Let's see what shakes out over the weekend. We might also a lot more positive once we've settled into the league. Hamid says, C-Mac, Marv, Nelson, Sanders, Bramwell, Barlas, Wintle, Silvera, Mendes, Nombe, Pato is his lineup. It's a good lineup, to be fair, Hamid. I'm with him on that. Really like it. Really like it. Who would you have on the bench, Hamid? That's the other thing I'd like to understand. 3 at the back for Jeff.
Jeff
love that. Jeff said more midfield and back 3 from last year deserve to start. I'm with you on that. I think they proved themselves exceptionally.
What we just said.
Yeah, and look, to be fair, at the same time, that's not to say that players that are coming in aren't good enough, but they need to show that they just can't walk into a team. They need to actually, prove it, I guess. Hamid says Silvera at right wing back potentially. Yeah, I like him.
Well, talking about we dusted over it at the start. Tenai Watson, would you take him?
Do you know what? Given the fact that we're still looking for wing backs and that area, I would.
He was good for us, wasn't he?
I liked him. Okay, he's a few years older. I haven't seen much of him recently, but on a free, even if it's a pay-as-you-play deal at this point, why not?
He's
I think
playing for that EFL.
Yeah, and I thought he's done all right.
The free transfer team. Yeah.
But I'd have him back, Cole. At the moment, another player, it gives us another option. And he was a good servant the last time.
Let's be honest, Gethin Jones
wasn't the best. But again, I'll keep an open mind. It was one of those games. So, I guess, Colin. So Norwich useful reality check, warning sign, or completely irrelevant.
It was a reality check. I would hate it to have played somewhere like Newport County or something like that. Got out and won 4-0. It'd give us all a false perspective of exactly where we are. That was a wake up call on Saturday.
I think so.
Wake up call for everybody. Owners, managers, players, everybody.
Yeah, and I still think, and again, what's your thoughts? And anyone at home listening as well, but I still think we're probably 2 or 3 players short. For me, I think we need a big out and out striker. If we get, again, Aaron Collins really hasn't done and again, I'm willing to give him time, obviously, but he didn't really do what we thought he'd do last season. Granted, he had injuries.
What did Warney say about a striker? Maverick striker he's talking about. Yeah. Well, I know a Maverick striker. Do you?
I know one, Max Dean. Max Dean. Just in case you didn't know.
Max Dean. If you're watching Mr. Sweetin at home, Max
Indeed.
Max Dean.
Who would like to come back on finished business. Anyway, there are others out there. But
Stephen agrees. 10-eye back for me.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think there's no harm. He was a good servant. He proved himself. Matt says, I think Jay Matete needs support our ball players. He looked good when he came on. I thought so, Matt, actually. I did think so. And again, I guess it's just how we set up. How are we setting up? What are we playing? And then what players are going to play to that strength? Hamid says, I like Silvera too, Aiden. He looks electric. Yeah, he does. He does. And the fact that so many Borough fans were upset to see him leave, that's a great litmus for me.
You're right, Don.
Keeper, striker, wing back. You kind of answered the questions for me, Don. Thank you for that. But yeah, all three of those. They're funny enough, as I say.
Maverick, Max Dean.
Chris has come up with it. He's on a free. Reece Healy.
He scores every week.
He used to. I know he's had some injuries.
I don't know.
I don't know. I mean,
I think that probably the best of Reece Healy is gone.
Probably. That said, this is where he was on a free. I would have had him as a trialist. There was no harm, and I think
would you call him a Maverick?
Reece, no, but
I think when Warney says Maverick striker, he's got someone in his mind.
I think he has, but Reece Healy for me, and to Chris's point, before we come on to Matt's, is I liked him when he was with us. It was a few years granted back. He didn't set the world alight at Barrow in League Two, so that probably is the reason he's on a free. That's what I'll say. But again, there would have been no harm to have him on trial or even bring him in and see how he does in training. Now that shakes out if he's on a free. Why not? It's worth a look at. Collins looked great. We need some more pace. Yeah, Collins is okay, but I think injury concerns for me again this season. If he has another few injuries and out for a massive chunk.
He owes us.
He does. And actually,
I'm afraid he's not repaying the money we spent on him or every week.
No, and not just that. The wage, as you say, Cole, the wage that he's on the rest of the squad is significantly larger. I mean, I can say it because it's out in the public domain, but he's on 17 grand a week. That's the rumor, and that's what's been reported.
Oh, we getting 17 grand a week back.
Well, not just that. Then you look at the likes of Pato, who's purported to be on half of that. It does make you scratch your head a little bit. And I'm not saying he's not worth it, but we need to see it. But I do think we need another striker to keep it competitive. To have four would be a good option for me.
Yeah. I think the likes of Patterson need to chap up Collins' agent.
Yeah, well, indeed. Hammond agrees. He thinks that Healy's past it, in his opinion. Yeah, like I said, if he was any good, I'd have him.
Hammond keeps agreeing with me. I like Hammond.
He's good. He's a good guy. Matt says Collins was good when he played Oxford last year. He was, but I say my concern is more about injuries, and we need to see. But if he stays fit and can do what he can do,
he's showing it on a more consistent basis,
especially
not just
the money.
Money's
a lot.
I mean, I'll go back for those of you who can remember Daniel Powell. Some weeks he was unplayable, and other weeks you wouldn't play him.
No,
you know what I mean. You cannot have big match people not turning up.
No, of course you can't. Of course
can't do it.
We need more pace in the team.
17 grand.
Yeah, we need more pace in the team. Yeah, I mean, again, Kane Wilson's supposed to be that pace. Again, hopefully he's not too far away from being... Exactly. But hopefully he's not too far away from being... And if he can stay fit, I think that would be...
If he walked in here now, if he knocked on my door and walked in...
You wouldn't know who he was.
I wouldn't know who it was.
No, but you will do when he's fit and he starts playing, that's for sure. I'm quite excited by that. It'll be a sign in itself when he's back fit. And I hope and wish him well and a quick recovery into first-team football, hopefully in the next few weeks. Harry says, make or break with Collins' first half of the season for me. Yeah, I'm with you on that. I think if there's nothing really coming out of the first half of the season, you do start to question whether it
could be gone in January.
Well, yeah, exactly.
He
was. He was a good player.
He was a legend. I don't know about legend.
United beat Leeds 5-4 on pens in Roke Park. There you go. So that's the result from I think it was in Roke Park anyway, in terms of
Croke
Dublin.
Park.
Yeah, Roke Park. Sorry,
Croke
Park. Sorry, I'm thinking of something else. I'm reading on the other side of the screen. Well done. But yeah, I think, like you said, for me the Norwich game isn't a litmus test of where we are. I think there's a golfing class against a very good, championship side. I would imagine being in contention for that top 8, 100%. It was nice, and I will say it was nice to see Harry Darling.
Yeah.
At the end of the game, for those fans who stay behind, he did stay and wave. And he
can't
did
stop bloody
fans
sneezing.
outside. I know, same mate. It's the hay fever, right? It's the eclipse has caused your hay fever.
I've got eclipse fever.
Eclipse fever, exactly that. So no, look, I'm positive about the weekend. I think it'll be a draw. Most starts at the start of the seasons they usually are. But I still think overall we've talked about it. I think we're one or two players short.
We are, but we might get a couple in the week.
But yeah, well, who knows?
Well, we haven't got long left, have we?
No, but again, tomorrow, Friday, who knows? We could all be sitting there thinking, "Wow, what a great signing!"
Indeed,
we'll take it from there.
Indeed.
Anyway,
Where can we go now?
Roll VT for another team talk.
Hang on, because this is going to go on a T-shirt, isn't it?
It is going to go on a T-shirt. Go on.
I want me on the front of a T-shirt going, Roll VT.
We'll do it, Cole. We'll do it. See you on the other side.
Welcome back to Team Talk with me and Callum. In this episode we'll be going over the Norwich game, touching on the Oxford game, taking a look at managers and players who have been involved with both clubs. We'll also be giving our score prediction and share our thoughts ahead of the game. So what are we waiting for? Let's get on with the show.
Well, it was never going to be an easy game, but what I didn't expect is for us to be 2-0 down inside the first 7 minutes. Yeah, we made some silly mistakes and we were punished for it. I think just by watching the game, we held on the ball for far too long and just couldn't seem to pass freely without putting ourselves under pressure. But one thing I will say though is that I don't think I'd want to see Callum Paterson on the wing again. It just doesn't work. Paul Warren was clearly trying to find something different, and unfortunately it just didn't work. But we're not going to get too down about this result. The league is what really matters, and that's where our focus needs to be. We're going to dust ourselves off, take the lessons today, and move on to Oxford. Come on, you Dons. We're back in League One, and what a way to start against Oxford United. After more than 3 years away, it's now exciting for the club. So MK Dons and Oxford United were last in the same league in 2022 to 2023 season, having shared League One since 2016 to 2017. We were relegated that season, unfortunately, while Oxford stayed up, and now we're back together after MK Dons promotion and Oxford relegation. The two clubs first met competitively in 2016, with the game ending 0-0. Most recently, we faced Oxford in the 2025-2026 FA Cup, drawing 1-1 before Oxford won 4-3 on penalties. Now it's time to start a new League One chapter. Come on, you Dons.
Here are the players and managers who have worked for both teams. Over to Callum, who will read out the list.
Well, Carl Robinson was with MK Dons from 2010 to 2016, and then he actually moved on to Oxford from 2018 to 2023. Liam Manning was with MK Dons just from 2021 to 2022. He moved to Oxford in March from 2023 to November 2023, so it wasn't really too long for him. Lewis Guy was with MK Dons in 2010 to 2012, but he was with Oxford on loan in 2011. Then in 2006, he joined MK Dons to 2008 and rejoined in 2015. Keith Andrews was with Oxford from 2000 to 2001. Peter Levin was with MK Dons from 2008 to 2011. Then he left MK Dons and joined Oxford from 2011 to 2013. George Baldock was with MK Dons from 2009 for a long time till 2017. He went into Oxford though on loan between 2015 and 2016. So our predicted lineup for Oxford we think will be Craig McGilvery, Cohen Bramall, Jack Sanders, Charlie Good, Sam Silvera, Nathaniel Mendez-Lang, Ryan Wintle, Daniel Balassa, Aaron Collins, Callum Paterson, and Sam Noam. Now I'm going to go for a 4-4-2 against Oxford. I think we'll be much stronger with this formation than we were with the 4-5-1 we used against Norwich. It gives us more attacking options and hopefully a better balance across the pitch. So my score prediction, I think we will win against Oxford 1-0.
Like the start of last season, I think it'll be a 0-0 draw.
Callum Patterson will be the goal scorer.
We've got a brand new feature in the mix, and it's all for a bit of fun. It's 2 points for getting the correct scoreline, 1 point for correctly predicting the goal scorer, and if you somehow manage both, that's a cheeky 3 points. Now over to the scores, and well, what a disaster. Neither of us had a clue what was coming, so with the predictions completely off the mark, that's 0 points for everyone. Back to the drawing board, me and Callum go.
So thank you for listening to the new Team Talk. Hope you enjoyed the new episode with myself and Ryan. Let's hope we have another great one next time. Back to you, Aidan and Colin.
I like it.
It's good, isn't it?
I like it.
And there's still no league table separation for the first prediction of the season with the cup game for Ryan and Callum. But yeah, bit of banter there. Which reminds me,
Well, we're 1-1 as well, aren't we?
we are 1-1. Which reminds me, we've got some score predictions already, and we'll have a look at those. But if you've got a score prediction that's close to the mark for the game, we now have a little giveaway called Take a Shot. Cole, we're going to call it Take a Shot. So whoever predicts the right score line wins a pair of shot glasses and can meet us at Gate 5. So there you go.
You still
MK
try and give them
branded
shot glasses away.
We've got some shot glasses, boxed, brand new, ready to give out. So there we go. A bit of fun, but there'll be other prizes as we go along this season. And there may be a very rare signed top coming in a frame for a giveaway, or maybe raising some money for charity as well. Maybe bit of charity, because we could do things like, and please don't use this as a scan because we haven't set one up yet. But to give you an example, you can do things like support this stream. And then we can do things such as
buy us a coffee.
Buy us a coffee.
Buy me a cheeseburger.
Yeah, buy us a cheese, not a coffee. We're not going to Starbucks. You'll never see me dead in there after taking a red dot away. Maybe Costas. But to be fair, we can do that. And I'm thinking if we get this signed shirt and a few other bits that we've got coming in, obviously we don't want to make any money out of this thing. It's for the fans, by the fans, with the fans. That's our strapline. Should be on a t-shirt, Cole. But yeah, I mean, I think we'll have a think about a good place to raise some money for. I think Woodland Hospice is a good one. We need a lot of help, so we could probably do that, and then set up a bit of a situation when we can raise a bit of money, and then we could draw a name from a hat. So that's what I'd say, because we want to get something, do something good for a local community, put something back. Absolutely would be a good thing to do. So again, more to come, and plenty of prizes this year to watch out for, and some rare ones in the mix as well. Danny says, think we need to have a minute's applause or 2 minutes for George. There we go.
Good point.
That is a very good point, to be quite fair, and quite appropriate as well. So thank you, Danny, for that one. Jamie says, so in summary, Oxford like to copy us. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'd forgotten about I've forgotten about the connection with the managers. I've forgotten about that.
Yeah, no, there's this. I mean, let's just say I know there's a bit of rivalry. I used to have, at least. I don't really see them as a rival, but I've never had anything against Oxford. They've always been a fairly decent bunch of fans towards us in the main. And again, seems to be that players go both ways on a frequent basis. So I don't like to see any club except one in southwest London fail. Indeed. So yeah, if they want a ground share with us, if that happens, then so be it. All the best of luck to them, to be fair. But yeah, so Jamie's also he thinks 2-1 Dont and a nail-biting end to the game. Nombe and Wintle to score. There we go.
Oh, that's what the score I said.
That score's locked in.
Can you clarify what you predicted?
Me, I've said 1-1.
Well, I went 2-1, so yeah. Okay.
1-1 draw, I think. Take a shot of what? I have vodka, please. Anyways, 2-1. Hamhead, you can have whatever you want. I don't provide the alcohol. You can either have a soft drink or a smoothie in it. If you don't like alcohol, who knows?
Anyway,
my goodness. Funnily enough, like Colin used to be a goalkeeper. I like my Guinness, or my stouts, my Irish stouts.
How did you know? How did you know I was a goalkeeper?
I'd heard a rumor, Cole. I'd heard a rumor. But tonight I didn't go alcoholic. I went alcohol free. This is really good stuff. If you like your alcohol free drinks, Guinness Zero, cracking.
I never.
Yeah, it's other brands are available, right? But there we go. So yeah, no, just a bit of fun. So hopefully, say we've got a few scores here. We'll
Speckled hen.
Speckled hen's very good.
Oh, yeah.
It's good ale. Good ale, to be fair.
Anyway, to wrap the show up.
Go for it, Cole.
To wrap the show up, are you going to give and anybody at home quickly, because we're going to go off air in a minute, end of season prediction?
For me, I've already said it and I'm going to stick to it. I think we're going to end up runners up and go up. Behind, and this is going to be painful, behind, I think Luton will win the league, personally.
Right, okay. I haven't given it an all. Well, I don't know. Do you know, I've had 2 bets so far this year. I haven't had a bet in League One, but Norwich, I've got to go up, whatever, 6 to 1. I'll tell a lie. And I've done Grimsby in League 2 to go up in any way. And I can't remember what price I got Grimsby. Anyway, I'm sort of sitting here thinking, I want to have a bet in League One, but I really don't know what. I did fancy having a bet on us at 20 to 1.
Yeah.
League, but I don't know. I don't know. We'll see.
I got 16 to 1.
I'm going playoffs.
You're going playoffs. I got 16 to 1 going sort of, to be promoted rather than first or second. So that I don't think it was too bad, to be fair. Reasonable odds. But yeah, I still think, I don't know, you can call me crazy if you want. I think we're going to do it.
You're crazy.
Thank you, Cole. I appreciate it. I also think my dark horse is going to be Bradford City. I think they've got Graham Alexander did a cracking job there. And I know maybe it didn't work out for us down here, but I think he's got the right players, the right setup there. He did, I think, overachieved a lot last season, but I think they could go again this season.
Right, you've gone for Luton. I've decided I'm going for Plymouth.
To win the league?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll see how we get on with that one.
See how that works. I can see it. I guess.
Let me just go through the agenda.
You go for the agenda, right? I think we covered everything off, Cole. We've done team talk. We've done George. We've done predictions. We've done season predictions. We've done 10 I Watson, new signings, match reaction, away strip, online shop, Casbah.
Yeah. We've done everything.
And tomorrow, if you are looking to get your purple shirt, we'll see you at the opening because we'll be there.
Ooh.
Although, if you can't wait for tomorrow, there's always an alternative.
Never miss an opportunity.
Not at all. But I will say again, look, thank you so much, everyone who's viewed and watched us tonight. We always appreciate it. Colin and I have both been struggling with a sore throat and not trying to get through it without coughing and sputtering. So apologies. And
I've got hay fever.
I don't know what it is. It's horrible.
I've got hay fever.
Yeah, I've got hay fever. I've got straw fever. But yeah, I think it's a mixture of that, mate. But so keep an eye on the website. I said new stock will be going up this evening for the ladies. There'll be a few bags and things coming out as well, and a lot more. We've got bags. And Jamie, I know you said it. Hoodies will be available. If not tonight, probably Friday. But because
someone scanned the QR code.
They did.
Are people mad?
Scan it, save the website. You can save the web page on your phone or whatever, and then just keep it hit on the refresh. The reason to save the hoodies, not because we're ignoring them, or sweatshirts, by the way. It was more down to the fact that it's been so hot that the priority to get the stock drop was the t-shirts.
We won't be selling hoodies in this weather.
You never know. Jamie might get one. Reasonably priced. And again, our promise to you, like John Lewis, is never knowingly undersold. Obviously, in terms of that, but joking aside, we will make sure that they stay at the lowest possible entry point we can keep them. We don't set the price. There's a slidey bar about what the price can be. I always set it to the lowest it can be for everything you see there. And I even do, Cole, comically, I haven't done it yet, but we can even do puzzles. We can even make puzzles to sell. Maybe that's a Christmas edition.
This whole show's a puzzle to me.
Well, maybe that's your missing piece by buying a puzzle. There we go.
The whole bloody show's a puzzle.
But joking aside, like I say, have a look, keep it refreshed over the next 24, 48 hours. And like I say, we're going to keep doing a lot of stuff. There is Irish Don stuff, as you would expect. obviously. There is normal Don stuff. We'll do some England Rangers as well. Colin's got some bits and
England?
pieces. Yeah, we can do like with the George Cross, again, for those misguided people who aren't Irish. I joke, of course. But yeah, so there'll be plenty more to come, and some themed things, some limited things, etc., etc. Cups. There are mugs. Do check out the mugs.
Can we have a T-shirt saying "I like merch"?
There you go. Merch hut.
Can we have
Merch
a
hut
T-shirt that
paranoid to
says
some people.
"I like merch"?
Yeah, I know. It's funny, isn't it? Some people just get wound up by the silliest of things. But there we are.
Indeed.
What do we know? What do we know? But no, I think you say, look, thank you so much, everyone, for your support. Thank you for taking the time to look at the show, as always. As I say, for the fans, by the fans, with the fans. Don's Unplugged. That's what we're about. The website. You asked for some merchandise. We do it. We take ourselves a little lightheartedly. As I say, I think it works out. We get a pound for every sale that's done. And if we get 300 sales, Carl, we've covered our subscription for next season.
Well,
for
not
this
quite.
show.
Need 360.
Well, yeah, exactly. But you know what I mean. We're trying to make ourselves self-serving in terms of that. But there's lots of fun merch to come from that side. A few other things we've had here. Stephen says 1-0 Dons. Pato, he thinks he's going to score that. Jamie says, I'll buy myself some of Asda's finest apple juice JTO shot glass. 100% with you on that one, especially if it's a hot day. Yeah, Arthur said, okay, Saturday, MK5, Oxford 2. I mean, I'd love to see it, Arthur.
So would I.
And it really would be chocks away for the season ahead, if that was the case. Danny says, I was giving Colin money before it was cool. Help the aged. There we go. Help the aged. I know. I was trying to mispronounce.
Good shout there, Ollie. Good shout, Ollie.
Yeah, we can do that, Ollie. We can do that again once we get the stock in. We're happy to take ideas. Like I say, do you know what? I'm not going to say it, Cole, but there is a button on here where I can run a poll. We can see who people would like to be the charity of choice. Ollie, we'll do that. So not to worry. Raise money for Cat Hill. It's a great shout. 3-1 MK for him. We've got 5th for Stephen. His prediction, not a bad shout. 4th to 6th for Grant. So everyone's saying.
Has Grant told us what happened yet?
Grant, it's great to have you on the show, and I'm sure Colin can regale himself with this discussion offline.
I want to know what happened to Grant in Croatia.
Yeah, Grant messaged me, and again, Grant, apologies. I've had so much going on recently with the death of a friend and a few other bits and pieces. I didn't get back to you, but I will respond to your messages, and thank you for reaching out, mate. I do appreciate it, and apologies for the delay. We'll win the league. Ollie is going one better than me on that. Matt reckons 6th, so he reckons playoffs. Pete reckons 3rd. Pete, I can't take 3rd again. Not after the last time. It just kills me. It's either 6th or 2nd and 1st. It's one or the other. Ollie says 2 of the 3 teams will go down, in his opinion, from Oxford, Barnsley, Peterborough. Bold but brave.
I agree with Peterborough, but Barnsley, I don't know.
Barnsley could.
I don't really know what's going on at Barnsley.
Yeah, it's been interesting.
12th.
Jeff thinks 12th. I mean, Jeff, again, if we don't go down, still a positive. Don's 2nd behind Bradford is Colin's view. Bradford champs for Stephen as well. So again, a good shout. I think they're a good dark horse, to be fair, guys. Jamie says, brilliant show as always, legend. See you at Oxford. Come on, you Dons. Thank you, Jamie.
Thanks, Jamie.
And Grant and Colin says Don's 2nd behind Bradford as well. So there's a lot of people thinking that Bradford are going to win the league. A few more predictions and we'll wrap up, Cole. But Jeff says 1-1. He's with me on that one. Can't get the sizing chart up. Well, who am I to bear with me? Let's see if I've got it on here. Although I will say, Jeff, was I'm getting this up for you. The different shirts, the shirts are on there now. This is sizing for, but the oversized shirts is a different sizing. So hopefully you should be able to do it. But let me just find it for you because I have got it on here. Because Don asked me the same question yesterday. Let's have a look. Where did it go?
I can't believe it.
What's that? Go on.
Bloody shop don't work.
Well, no, it does. It's the size of things. Sometimes it doesn't just click up, but when it does, you should be able to do. I don't know if you can see that.
No, tilt it.
Comes up. But basically, if you go in for, give me my glasses on because I'm getting old these days. Large chest is 41 inch. Extra large is 46 inch. 2XL 51 inch. 3XL 53 inch. 4XL 56 inch. And 5XL 60 inch. So hopefully that gives you an idea. of where we're at. But yeah, keep it refreshed. You should be able to get it up on one of the other pages, but that gives you a benchmark. There should be a measuring thing somewhere separate on another page as well on there. Have a look. Anyway, thank you for that, Jeff. As I mentioned, 12th. I'll tell you what Oxford Grant says to your question, Cole.
Right, okay.
It's an interesting story, and it's a good one as well. Uncle Fahad, please buy Max Dean, says Pete. Let's hope he's watching. Let's hope he's watching.
There's another T-shirt on the march with Uncle Fahad.
Yep, and if Mr. Fahad, Uncle Fahad is watching, salam alaikum. Hope you're doing well as well. PSG beat Villa 2-1. So thanks for that, Colin. And Danny says second behind Bromley, but only because we get pissed for the weekend before the championship decider. I know how stupid would you be. Yeah, do you know what? If Bromley went up, I think
we play AFC quite late in the season, don't we?
For the return leg, we do. Yeah, I think it's April.
Yeah.
So March, April.
Wouldn't that be tragic if we relegated them?
What a terrible shame, Colin. What a terrible shame.
My God.
There we go.
Pissed that night.
You could. But I think that's your lot for this week. We are done. I've had a microphone. I drop it. I've got a pencil. I could do that. There you go.
Right, that's it then. We're back next week, yeah? We're back next week.
We're back next week. We'll be at the shop tomorrow morning if you guys are wanting to.
Yeah, if you're anybody down the shop, we're down there first thing tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
If you want autographs or anything like that, we could sign shirts.
20p a go, right? No, not even worth your time. Not even worth your time. Don't be silly.
We'll be there tomorrow morning if you're around. Anyway, so we're here next week, 7:45. Who do we play? Huddersfield.
The curtain open for the home games, Cole. We will be here on Wednesday, and the week after that, we'll be here on the Friday because I'm on holiday in Germany watching my other team and away with the family for the week. But
on Friday, now that's
next week. Next week's Wednesday. The week after will be the Friday.
Right, but we got a home game on the Saturday.
No, it'll be an away game because it'll be home against Huddersfield on Wednesday, and it'll be away the week after. I can't remember who to now. It's gone out of my head. But yeah, it's not a problem. I say we're back in next Wednesday, 7:45. Have a look. I'm pretty sure it's home away. I could be wrong.
I'm gonna have a look.
It's escaped me off the top of my head, to be old Colt.
Keep talking. I'll have a look.
He's looking. I think it's Oxford at home, Oxford away, Huddersfield home, Leicester at home. You're quite right. I think. Yeah, there is, isn't it? It's the 29th. Is Leicester.
Oh, that's all right then. Because as I say, if it was Friday, I'm normally.
Yeah, it's a home game. And then it's Wigan at home on the 2nd. I think, 3 home games on the
Yeah, they've changed the date of that, haven't they? They've put it back a day.
And then Wickham away, and then Peterborough at home from memory. Yeah, there or thereabouts. Anyway, either way, 2 home games. But next week we'll be back at our usual time. The week after we'll be on a Friday. But obviously we'll give you plenty of notice before.
Okay, then we're away twice. Wigan, Peterborough. Yeah, right. Okay, right. So we're back next week. Huddersfield. Hopefully we've got a guest. Johnny Harris, come on. Get us a guest.
Absolutely.
Thanks to Aidan. Thanks to you. Thanks to everybody watching. Thanks for anybody that scanned on the QR code. And
we appreciate it.
Bye. Don't forget, Caspar, Gate 5, when you come back. Failing that, get down Clark Road. We went down Clark Road, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
Clark Road on the Denby estate, just off Dawson Road. That's
just
it,
behind
really.
The stadium, pretty much. But there we go.
That's it.
That leaves you with one thing left to say, I think, Cole.
Say goodnight, Aidan.
Good night, Aidan.
See ya.
Take care, everyone. See you
on
Saturday.
Come on, you dogs.